to do themselves, and maybe even get a picture with the benefits with flash photography, get a 5-second pose with the drivers. Other than that, going to be a great night here at the track. I'll send it back up to the Frio Birds upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy. As we get ready for racing, we'll take a quick look at the Bone Stock standings. Kate, take us through that and how it's looking so far this season.
So at the top of the leaderboard right now, we have the 17 of Colin Wilms, followed by the 40 of Jason Craig, only 11 points back. Then the 03 of Matt Langford, last year's champion. And then Paul Fothergill, he has wheeled lots of laps around this track. And then Donovan Clark, Justin Culver with only 27 points behind. And we are doing a great job in that class, but there's so many drivers, those point standings aren't that far apart.
No, that's right. And the other division here tonight is the V8 stocks. Let's take a look at those standings, Kate.
Barry Watson's on the top of the board, followed by Jeremy Taggart, Jordan Morris, Caden Patrick, Lucas Orr rounding out the top 5. Those are also close standings, but in the V8 stocks, we have the breakout rule. We'll take you through that later. And the V8 stocks, we never really know. It's always close racing, so I'm always excited to see the V8 stocks on the card.
That's right, and it's a lighter card here tonight with only 2 divisions, but obviously, as you mentioned off the top of the show, the King of the Hill race, the spectator race, just kind of, for anybody that's new to Delaware Speedway racing, kind of just give us a little bit of an insight as to what King of the Hill is.
King of the Hill, people are going to bring their cars that they drove to the track tonight out onto the racetrack. They are going to do a lap at full speed and see who's back to the start-finish line the fastest. That car will move on to the next round until we only have 2 cars left.
All right, we will be back with more Delaware Speedway racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet after this.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrival Live smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivallive.org to find out more. Arrival Live. Drive sober.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise, from classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats. There's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. As we saw on the screen there, the mascot of the B-Main Bandit, Justin Culver, the Nuggie, is
the sad Nuggie.
The sad Nuggie. I don't. Well, if he's the B-Main Bandit, why is he so sad? That's usually a good thing if he's winning to get to the main card here.
Because he'd like to just go straight to the A main. But with that being said, there's actually 44 bone stocks here tonight. So he might have to go through the B main. There's so many of them. So they're lining up. They're getting ready for the first heat race here. We will have to figure out how many from each heat race are going to be going on directly to the A main. It is going to be a dogfight here tonight with 44 of them here.
That's right. It's going to be a jam-packed half mile in the bone stock division as we get ready for the cars in heat race number 1. As we wait till they cross the line to get the order as we stand here. It's we got the white flag out, so it's going to be one lap around before
So group qualifying for the bone stock.
They will be doing group qualifying as it is a 40-lapper for tonight.
So group qualifying will start the evening for the bone stocks. We have Cassie Howard, Jennifer Hatch, Stan Cook, Jesse Herzl, John Fluitt, Thomas Jeremy, Mac Ingram, Jesse Howard. So both Howard sisters are in this group here, and we'll see the green flag come this time by. And you're going to want to race some fast laps here in group qualifying.
Group qualifying is going to be a lot of them out there with 44, so they're trying to get as many as they can on the track in order to have a good qualifying session. It was determined by practice speeds, so that's how they got their groups out on the track. So we'll have to keep an eye here on speeds to keep you up to date as much as possible.
That's the 777 crossing the line of John Fluitt. He runs a 24.433. That is so far the fastest time as they go. Jennifer Hatch running second best at 24.707. Thomas Jeremy in third with a 24.813, and then a 24.819 from Carter Nickel in the 52 Ed.
Yeah, the 777 definitely has the fastest time so far. His second time through was a little bit slower. We'll see if anybody's able to touch his time there at the top.
That's right, as a couple more 24s come in, but nothing is as fast as the 24.433 of the 777 of John Fluitt.
Jesse Howard runs a good lap there, moving her into the second spot so far.
At a 24.635, that's a good showing there, as the 2 laps to go in this group qualifying is being told to the drivers by the man in the flag stand as we get ready to go here. Still John Fluitt sitting at the top of the board with a 24.433. As he comes around here, the white flag is out. It's a final time around to see. There it is, a 24.186 for Fluitt. So he solidifies his spot at the top here so far as we get a look at the 777 machine. I do like that little scheme there. It's the slot machine look on his car. It's pretty nice there as he comes around to see what he can do for his final lap.
Last time around, Jennifer Hatch was able to take that second spot back from Jesse Howard, sliding back into fourth.
That's right, so Fluitt, after the first group of qualifying machines, is at the top of the leaderboard with a 24.186. Jennifer Hatch looks to be in second with 24.45, and then it's Mac Ingram running out the top 3 so far with a 24.473.
So with one group down, we probably have at least 3 more to go. So we'll see if any of those times are able to hang on in those top spots.
And we got some time. We're going to send it down to Jeremy McGrady in the pits.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm joined by the V8 stock division and Cara Martin. Now, Cara, last week I talked to your dad and his vehicle and his machine. This week I got you. Talk to me about your machine, how old it is, and how long ago you started racing, and at what point do you realize you think you're going to beat your dad?
So I started racing when I was just 6, and I started in a little junior late model, and then I moved it to the bone stocks. I think I was 13 or 14, and then last year Steve McCaw, my neighbor, actually offered me this car to drive, and I took it on, fell in love with it. And I continued it on this year. It's a 1969 Chevelle, so it's quite old, but it runs like it's brand new. And my dad, I love racing against my dad. I raced against him in my bone stock. He retired, and I actually ended up having to convince him to come back to him race with me, and I loved it. And it was the most fun. And now got him into the V8s, and it's fun. It's really competitive because we don't give each other space. We learned that the first night when we came home and realized I put a massive mark down the backside of his car, trying to get him out of my way. And it's so much fun racing with family. I recommend it because you never know that passion until you're racing with your family member and you see them out there. It doesn't matter if they wreck, you always know someone's going to tell you how they are.
Now, obviously, you've yet to win or race yet so far this season. What's it going to take for you to get this machine up into victory lane this year?
I'm not sure. We had a lot of issues going on. So we had our carburetor redone, because we had an issue with that. And actually this was the first week that we've actually had it. We're breaking out constantly in practice. We're up to speed. The car was handling great. We had a minor issue with our sway bar. We just fixed that. And honestly, I think it's definitely coming. And as I've been told, it's way overdue for how well I've been for taking on to this challenge.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Car, and I'll send it back up to the Freels upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy. As we get ready for Group 2 of group qualifying for the late models, gonna have
for the bone stocks.
Bone stocks.
So used to late model qualifying, I guess.
As we have Group 2 starting with Sterling Roberts in the 15 machine, the 48 of Jack Dixon, the 58 of Gary Triska, the 10 of Ian Levac, Hannah Lamont in the 14 machine, Joe Kicks, Tom Hughes, William Clausen in this group.
I believe Chad Peru's also in this group, as well as Liam Bushel and Rob Woolston.
And we have Fluid quickly taken out of the top spot as Sterling Roberts runs a 23.317 and Jack Dixon running a 23.935. So the top of the leaderboard has switched very quickly here with Group 2.
Yeah, that's expected to happen with using the practice times in order to set the stage for qualifying. Typically, as we go, these groups are going to get faster and faster and should take over those top spots, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens and how it all shakes out.
That's right, Joe Kicks running his best lap at a 23.783, and Gary Triska running a 23.855, but it's still Sterling Roberts in the 15 machine that is running hot. Best time was 23.317 to hold the top spot of the leaderboard. His last lap was a 23.659 as we have group number 2 in the bone stock division for group qualifying. As we have Sterling Roberts coming out of 4, get across the line, and he gets the white flag. So one more time around to see if any of these machines can best their time and move up in the standings as they get ready to try and fight their way into the A main here.
Yeah, with 2 B mains at 10 laps apiece coming up later, that'll definitely set the stage to see who is going to make that A main that will be that 40-lap race here tonight.
Trey, we talk about it probably more as the show goes on, but 40 laps in a bone stock, they're not used to that. They're used to like a 25-lap kind of A main and a feature race. So that how you drive is definitely going to change. Your strategy might change a little bit to try and last the extra laps that are going to be going on tonight.
Also have to take in consideration where they end up falling into the starting lineup as well, whether they're going to play it conservative off the top and just kind of tick some laps away, or if they're going to have to work their way from the back to the front. With 44 cars here, we got to see how many they're going to take directly to the A main and see who's going to make it there. There's 2 B mains that are going to be run tonight at 10 laps apiece as well. You got to keep your car in one shape in order to make the A main as well.
That's right, as we see Sterling Roberts going through tech just to get everything looked at, as he is sitting atop the leaderboard after 2 group qualifying rounds around the half mile. And we get ready for the 3rd group, see if any one of these machines can knock Sterling Roberts off that top spot. So far as his fastest time around the track was 23.317. Ian Levac is currently in 2nd with his best time. His last lap was 23.544. Joe Kicks in that Wonder Bread machine. Ricky Bobby is 23.728 as we have the 3rd group of bone stocks rolling out right now. They'll go under caution and wait for the flag man to give them the signal to go full bore to try and get some good times out here in their qualifying group.
Yeah, and as we said, these should get faster and faster, so we'll have to see what they have in store. Michael Verburn is that 19 car that you see there on your screen, followed by the 40 of Jason Craig, 25 of Adam Generu is also in this group, 36 of Mark Hutchinson, 16 of Dakota Loma. I don't know why that was so hard today. And the 6 of Will Curry is out there as well. So is Taylor Everest.
Green flag is in the air as the 19 machine crosses the line, and this group qualifying is underway. Gonna see if anybody can take out Sterling Roberts from that top spot. We have right now the 19 machine of Michael Verburn and the 40 of Jason Craig. It looks like they're going nose to tail racing, like they want to get there right from the first lap.
Craig definitely rolled into that gas, I think, a little bit faster than Verburn did. So I think he got a really good start right off the hop, and he was able to slide instantly into that second place for qualifying.
Yeah, Jason Craig with a 23.376 time across the line the first time. Here's the second time by. We'll see what the times look like here. Jason Craig a little slower on that lap there. So it's still Sterling Roberts sitting atop. It's now Mark Hutchinson able to knock Jason Craig. Oh, David Rockwood. These standings are changing rather quickly here as the third group is rolling itself along.
Well, the big thing is that the 19 and the 40 are more racing than they are qualifying per se. It's not something that the boat stocks do a lot of. They don't do a lot of qualifying for races, typically go out and run their heat races. Personally, I like to create that space in order to get a good qualifying lap. You want to run in, we talk about it all the time, about running in clean air, making sure that you have a good amount of space that you can run the fastest that you can. You don't have to worry about racing anybody, and you keep moving forward.
That's right, the white flag is out, and it's a new pole sitter at this moment. The 36 machine of Mark Hutchinson ran a 23.286 to take over top spot, knocking Sterling Roberts off of that. And then it's Brady Udman sitting in third. And there it is as everybody finishes up their last lap trying to get their best time across the line here. We have a couple more cars crossing the finish line in group 3 of the qualifying. And as we have some time, we're going to send it down to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I'm joined by the number 11 machine in the V8 series, Jeremy Taggart. Now, Jeremy, currently second in the V8s. Talk to me about your car, how it's driving so far this season, and what it's going to take for you to try to take over Barry Watson and get first place so far in the V8s.
The car's been great, actually. We had a little bit of problems there in the second race of the year, but we've been strong since then, got a couple heat wins. Barry's really good. He doesn't make many mistakes, so we got to hope that he has a mistake or we can capitalize on it, but there. That's the hardest part about this class.
Yeah, obviously with that 21.3, trying not to get underneath that limit. Talk to me about the feature race. Obviously, again, not wanting to break out. Talk to me about strategy and how you try to take that into tonight.
The last couple of races, they've started up front, so it's been a lot easier. I haven't had to come through the traffic, but tonight we'll probably start further back, being higher in points. So we're probably just going to have to bide our time and hope for maybe a caution to bunch us back up a little bit. But yeah, do our best not to break out and see where we end up at the end of the night.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jeremy, and I'll send it back up to the Friedels upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy, as we get ready for the next group of qualifying here in the Bone Stocks. Kate, kind of take us through the field here.
As you see on your screen right now is the 52 of Donovan Clark. Also in this qualifying, we are going to have Charlie Verhoeven. We've got the 03 of Matt Langford, the 28 being piloted by Chris Lawrence tonight, the 78 by Justin Culver, 33 Paul Fothergill, the 17 of Colin Wilms, the 26 of Nathan Rea. I believe that's the one Starrett Racing vehicle out there, as well as the 27. Not sure who's piloting the 27 today, so we'll wait till it comes up on our race monitor.
He's excited, but he was still sad.
I believe the last vehicle in the field.
I think it's Mitchell Rawlings.
The
yeah.
69 of Mitch Rawlings.
They're going to get green this time by, and we're going to get hopefully some new guys at the top. This should be the fastest of all of them.
That's right. I believe it's the last group out on the track for the Bone Stocks in the group qualifying field, as everybody's going to try and knock the top people off to try and get a good starting spot. William Clausen in the 64 ran a 24.2. As Donovan Clark, he now is the leader at 23 flat. What a lot from him.
He was the first one through the start-finish line in this group, so we should keep seeing them trickle through here. And we'll have to see if anybody's able to touch Donovan Clark.
That's right. Charlie Verhoeven is a 23.144. Chris Lawrence, 23.273. Paul Fothergill up within the top 5 of 23.295. So this group is definitely tearing its way through the field, trying to set themselves up for a good starting spot here in the feature.
They definitely are, and it looks like the 27 is being piloted by Conrad Julian tonight. We've got 2 names in our programs. Just wanted to make sure we gave the shout out to the proper driver for tonight.
That's right. Now Justin Culver sitting in the top 5 positions in 5th through 2 laps of this qualifying go around, as he has a time of 23.262. It's still Donovan Clark sitting atop the standings with a 23 even, but it was Charlie Verhoeven running a 23.048, so he's right on the heels of Donovan Clark, trying to catch him for that top spot.
The 03 of Matt Langford, last year's champion, sitting in that 3rd spot. In the 4th spot, it's a 28 of Chris Lawrence, piloting that machine instead of Joe Lawrence tonight. And then Justin Culver rounds out the top 5 so far.
As we get the white flag in the air, last lap around, Donovan Clark takes the checkered flag, and he still runs a 23.3, but with that 23 flat, he will be atop of the standings here from group qualifying. Charlie Verhoeven running his best time of 23.048. Matt Langford with a 23.132 in 3rd, and then Chris Lawrence in that 28 car with a 23.235, and rounding out the top 5 is the Justin Culver 78 car at 23.241.
So top 20 drivers have just locked themselves into the A main, and then they're going to take 8 cars from each of the B mains later. They're going to run the feature race with 36 cars.
That's right. We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Jack 102.3, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 102.3.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Friday nights at Delaware Speedway are packed with excitement. Celebrate a racing legend at the Earl Ross Memorial Late Model Race June 20th, and meet your favorite drivers during multiple autograph nights, and feel the adrenaline with King of the Hill spectator races. Don't miss a moment. Get your tickets at DelawareSpeedway.com. We just finished group qualifying for the Bone Stocks, which was, as you mentioned, something a little different for that division, but now we're going to get ready for the V8 stocks. Special rule that these cars have to abide by. Kate, take us through it.
Well, these cars have to run lap times, but they're a little bit controlled. Got to make sure that the car is not running faster than a 21.1 second lap. So if they run a 21.09 per se lap, they will be penalized. It's a stop and go penalty on the backstretch. Right where they are about now, they're going to stop and go and hopefully catch back up to the field. So definitely have to try and keep these cars at a controlled speed. So we'll keep the pack nice and tight together. And we're going to get ready with one lap to go to get these guys underway with the first heat race for the V8 stocks tonight.
That's right. First, I believe, of 2 heat races for the V8 stocks. The lineup is 97 of Jesse Herzl, the 23X of Jeff Ferguson, the 91 of Chad Clutterbuck, Randy Martin in the 52 car, number 95 Lucas Orr, the 73 of Jordan Morris, and the 3 of Mike Howard rounding out the field here. Lights are off the pace car as they go down the backstretch into 3 and 4. They're going to then look to the flag stand for the green flag, and we'll get some green flag laps underway as we have Jesse Herzl leading the pack to the line. And here we go. This is the lap where you can go full on out because you're not at that top speed yet, Kate.
Yeah, this lap you're going to see a lot of them just mash and see how many positions they can pick up. As this is laps to do it, you're not going to normally run under a 21.1 second lap in the first lap. So we should be good this time by. Everybody's good to go, and we're going to keep going.
That's right. The 97 of Jesse Herzl got stuck down on the inside groove and had a train pass him on the outside. The leader now is Jeff Ferguson in the 23X. The 73 of Jordan Morris looking to make a pass on Randy Martin on the outside. They will across the line. Jordan Morris has second spot. Everybody's still looking pretty good on time as we are now 2 laps into this heat race.
Everybody's times look great. I think the 3 of Mike Howard is probably just doing a shakedown in this car. Was in the truck last week. Normally the Blumendahl truck had some power steering issues, so good to see that they got a new car out here and ready running.
That's right. Still everybody running very good laps here. 21.7s was the rough average there on that last lap. We still have the 23X of Jeff Ferguson in the lead. This time by, it's going to be 6 to go. We look at the times here. He is still well within that time. Lucas Orr getting close to it. He's flirting with it as he had a 21.183. So we'll have to watch him, but he's moved himself into second place just behind the Ferguson car. And then it's the 73 of Jordan Morris in third, the 52 of Randy Martin in fourth. Lucas Orr with the breakout there. He's going to have to serve a stop and go penalty as soon as he lets go. There it goes. He's going to stop the backstretch, serve his time in the penalty box, as we like to say. And now he's ready to get going back into the field. Still Jeff Ferguson in the lead. Crosses the line, still at a 21.5. He's good to go. Jordan Morris gets that second spot with that stop and go penalty being served by Lucas Orr. He's running good times, and it's Randy Martin in third. Those 3 are going nose to tail, battling for that heat race win here, Kate.
Everybody's battling, but it looks like right now Jeff Ferguson's got himself a little bit of a cushion there, and with this breakout rule, it's going to make it very hard for these other drivers to decide how much they're going to be able to push without going under 21.1 seconds.
That's right. As we come out of 3 into 4, it's Jeff Ferguson going to come across the line. 2 to go this time by. He is still good. So is Jordan Morris and Randy Martin, all running very well. The front 3, as Morris goes high down the back, it might give Randy Martin a spot, but Jordan Morris does some good defense.
Around in turn 2, it's the 91 of Chad Clutterbuck.
That brings out the first yellow flag of the night, and that's not something I don't think Jeff Ferguson wants, because now they have to restack, and now you have that opportunity to go full out, pedal to the metal, and not have a chance of breaking out once you get that restart underway.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this 73 car does on the outside. It looks like it is pushing a little bit. Will that high side help it, hurt it? But we know they're all going to go full out this first lap, so very interested to see what that may change.
That's right, as we now get everybody lining right back up. The pace car is out, lights on. See the flag man getting the white flag. He's going to say one more lap around, so the lights will come off the pace car here at Delaware Speedway. They'll double themselves up, and next time around out of turn 4, they're going to get the green flag in the air, and we're going to see how these final 2 laps of this heat race pan out, and see if it's Jeff Ferguson able to keep the lead he had, or if it's going to be Jordan Morris, Randy Martin, or Chad Clutterbuck, or any other racer in the field that come through and maybe pick up a heat race victory.
Yeah, very interested to see what's going to happen with this green-white checkered with 2 to go.
Pace car drops off the track down pit road. They come out of 3 into 4. Gonna come out of 4, look to the flag stand, and the green flag is waving. We're racing here at Delaware Speedway. It was Lucas Orr kind of giving a push for Jordan Morris as he's trying to gain a spot. And Jordan Morris on the outside, down the back. He pulls away, and he's now in the lead, as it's going to be Jeff Ferguson going to play catch-up, trying to maybe see if he makes a move on the inside, coming down to the line.
You got white flag, 1 to go, and Morris has the lead.
Morris does keep the lead, but you can put a blanket on the top 3 here, as you got Ferguson just on the inside. He's trying to get that pass. Around 1 to go. The checkered flag is in the hand of the flagman. Morris going a little wide out. Does not seem to matter, as he will come away with the heat race victory. Ferguson running his fastest lap of the heat race, but he will finish 2nd. Lucas Orr 3rd, Randy Martin 5th, Clutterbuck in 5th, Howard 6th, and then Jesse Herzl in 7th.
Yeah, Morris was able to hang on that outside. Like I said, that car looked like it was pushing, so I was interested to see how it did on the outside.
That's right. As we get some time here, we're going to send it down to Jeremy McGrady.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I am joined by Gary Triskin, the Bone Stock Division. Now, Gary, you have something that me being a pro wrestling fan, I quite enjoy. You have a belt here. Explain to me the belt, how it works. There are some different names on it, autographs. Talk to me about it.
It's the traveling belt from the Only Fours Facebook page to Pure and Bone Stocks. It was at Flamborough for the first 5 nights, and whoever wins the second feature there could get the belt. So there's a couple guys that switched hands over there, so we decided we tried 3 different times with 3 different cars to go win this thing to bring it to Delaware, but we were not successful. And then we went out Saturday night. We shook down a car that we pulled out of the weeds 2 weeks ago, and we won the second feature, so we got the belt.
And obviously here at Delaware, currently 7th in the points. What's it going to take for you to get yourself a win here this season and get a win maybe here tonight as well?
We got to work on setup. Other than that, the car feels good. The track's a little iffy today. Hopefully the rain holds off. But we'll see what the feature brings. This one's good for a long run, so hopefully we're there at the end.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Gary, and I'll send it back up to the Friels upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy. As we get ready for heat race number 2 in the V8 stock division, we have the 53
of Kara Martin.
Kara Martin, as she said in her interview, that's a Steve McCaw car that she was able to get from him. And Caden Patrick in the 86, the Blue Deuce of Doug Stewart, Jeremy Taggart in the 11, the 45 of Barry Watson, the 4 of Kevin Wheaton, and the 90 of David Rockwood will round out this field heat race number 2.
Should be a very good heat race number 2. Interested to see where that 45 of Barry Watson's able to get himself to. He is your current points leader for this division and past champion of this division, so very interested to see how he wheels this vehicle around. It looked like last week the 2 of Doug Stewart had a little bit of issues, so hoping that car is ready to rock here tonight. Always a good competitor. But let's see if Kara Martin can do what she wants to do and get that car to victory lane, at least for the heat race this week.
That's right. Kara Martin will lead this field to the start-finish line to get some green flag laps under their belt in heat race number 2. The Delaware pace car will drop off the track into pit road. The drivers out of 3 coming into 4. As they come out of 4, they look to the flag stand. Here they come out of 4, looking to the flag stand. Green flag is in the air. Let's see the start here. It's pretty even between Kara Martin and Caden Patrick, but out of 1 into 2, it's going to be Caden Patrick looking like he'll pull away just a little bit and get that lead spot from Kara Martin as everybody else jumbles up here in the middle of the field. It'll be Caden Patrick taking the lead 1 lap in.
We've got 3 wide going into turn 1. Barry Watson's on the inside. We had Doug Stewart in the middle, and David Rockwood was on the outside of that 3 wide going into turn 1.
That's right. As we come out of 3 into 4, it's still Caden Patrick in the lead. Kara Martin in second as we come across the line. Everybody still very well in the times. So they have kind of early on got their speeds figured out as we have the 45 of Barry Watson make the pass on Martin for second. The 11 of Taggart trying to do the same on the inside, but Martin shuts the door. It's still Caden Patrick, Barry Watson, Kara Martin, Jeremy Taggart in the first 4 positions as we get on our screen here. The race for first of Caden Patrick and Barry Watson. Watson trying to make a pass on the inside. Going into 3, coming out of 3. We'll see if corner exit is good for Watson. It looks like it is as he's gonna get a nose, but Caden Patrick does a good job on the outside, keeping that distance there as everybody's good across the line there. This battle side by side down the back, this into 3. Corner exit has been pretty good for Barry Watson, but Caden Patrick has been able to, on the front stretch, on the straightaways, gain that speed back and keep Barry Watson well within his grasp.
But we have a new leader because Barry Watson got to the line first. Everybody looks pretty good for lap times. Jeremy Taggart did run his fastest lap there, but everybody kind of around that 21.3, 21.5 standpoint. So everybody's looking pretty good for lap times.
Everybody's still good, but it's the 45 of Barry Watson by a hair still having the lead here in this heat race. They're still side by side down the back as Caden Patrick does have a nose ahead of Watson into the corner, but coming out, Barry Watson able to have great corner exit. And still just by a nose. David Rockwood breaking out on that lap, though, at a 21.052, so he'll have to serve his stop-and-go penalty in the 90 car. As we still have the race for the lead. This time by, it's going to be 2 to go. Barry Watson out of the turn 4. He is still good, so he is still the leader, but Caden Patrick out of 1 into 2. He's got a bit of half a car ahead of Watson right now down the back. Barry Watson still going. There's the 90 of Rockwood serving his stop-and-go penalty. Back to the leaders as we come to the line. 1 to go here in the heat race. Still Barry Watson in the lead. Out of 2, down the back. One final time, the 86 of Caden Patrick trying to give it all he has to get this heat race win. See what Barry Watson has out of 3 into 4. Down the front. Here comes the checkered flag, side by side. Caden Patrick looks like he'll have the heat race victory. Times are good there. And it's going to be Caden Patrick taking home the second heat race victory.
And that is V8 stock racing.
That's right. And we have some time as we get ready. So Jeremy McGrady down in the pits.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm joined now by Justin Culver. Now, Justin, special night for you. You've got a special little decal here on the front. Talk to me about what's going on.
Yeah, this is our first Nuggie night. I'm super proud to have Sad Nuggie as a sponsor. They've been a great part in helping us promote and get out here and be fast.
Now, obviously, during autograph night, you even brought the Sad Nuggy mascot out here as well, which was a fan favorite as the autograph session was packed down on the front straightaway. Heading into tonight's feature race, you've said, knock on wood, that the car's been running good. What's going to be the key for you to get to victory lane?
It's going to take a lot of patience, a good dice roll to get a good starting spot, and the car is really fast. I just need to hit all my marks, not overdrive like I kind of do sometimes, and we'll see what happens.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Justin, and I'll send it back up to Kyle and Kate for more.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremy. We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. The biggest events of the summer are rolling into Delaware Speedway. The intense battles of the Dayco Superstocks and the APC Series late models on June 27th and 28th, and the action never stops. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at DelawareSpeedway.com and be a part of the thrill. Welcome back. We're going to take a minute here as they get ready for the B mains of the Bone Stock division. Jeremy McGrady is down in the pits with yet another interview.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I'm joined currently by the leader in the Bone Stock division, Colin Williams. Now, Colin, currently 11 points up in the lead. Talk to me about how you're going to get this car to be up near the top in the feature race later on this evening.
Best thing, as it always is just that consistency, right? Just turning lap, fast lap, lap after lap, keep the momentum high, all stuff like that, right? Keep the car clean, that's most important.
And talk to me about, obviously, again, 11 points in the clear, keeping this car up near the top. Obviously, track conditions not as they say, not normal tonight. Obviously, could be rain later on. Talk to me about the strategy going that way.
Well, the car didn't feel very good in practice, didn't feel very good in qualifying, so we're making a few changes here. Hopefully, we can find the winning formula here. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll send it back up to Kyle and Kate for more upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy, as we still get ready for the first of two B mains in the Bone Stock division. We talked about it a little earlier, 40 laps in the feature race for the Bone Stocks. What kind of strategy or mindset do you think these drivers now have to get into racing more laps than they're used to? Usually it's a 25-lap feature.
Definitely it's going to be about conserving your car, conserving your tires, but also making sure that you stay out of trouble. There's going to be 36 cars to start this race. We're going to add to them 8 from each of these B main races as soon as they get the grid set. It is a pretty short turnaround time for them, so it's going to take a few minutes to get all the vehicles needed onto the front stretch lined up and rolling off. As we see lots of crews running around trying to get things ready, and then we also see a lot of the safety crew as well as track staff trying to get everybody to the front stretch.
That's right, and then it's going to be also the V8 stock feature and King of the Hill. Let's go back to King of the Hill. It's always a fun, interesting thing to watch live or even on TV. These cars, like you said, they are literally driven here on the road in the parking lot. Then they pay a donation for charity, and they get to take it out for a spin on this half-mile track. what would possess somebody to potentially bring their own car onto a track and race it?
Well, they're all race fans, Kyle, or they wouldn't be here. So they're excited to be a part of the action. It's the easiest way for a fan to be a part of the action while also donating to a good cause. So definitely, if you are into King of the Hill racing, if you want to give it a shot, definitely check DelawareSpeedway.com and see when the next King of the Hill race is. If you're not here tonight, you need to be next time, and you too can join the action down on the track.
That's right, and we'll send it back down to Jeremy as we still await the B main feature.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I'm joined by currently the leader in the V8 stock division in Barry Watson. Now, Barry, I've had a successful season so far, a couple of wins in your heat races and no feature win as well. Talk to me about the season so far and what's been going well for you.
Oh, it's been hard to make a mistake so far this season. I'm really blessed, I guess is the word, to have a start of a year like this, but we're in racing. We all know that only lasts for so long till it goes away again.
Yeah, and obviously heading into tonight's feature, trying to get back on top. Talk to me about the car, how it's running, and what any fixes that you have to make to it heading into the tonight.
The car's working really good. It's we found some major problems with it after last race. The lack of maintenance and stuff caught me on that one, but we found that this car's working really, really good tonight. We just had a great race with Caden Patrick. That was the most fun I've had all year. Door to door, side by side, clean. Loved it. So for the future, I think we'll just put some gas in it and go run around at 21 ones.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Barry, and I'll send it back up to Kate and Kyle for more upstairs.
Thanks, Jeremy. And we'll be right back with more racing here, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
In baseball, there's nothing more important than making it home.
George Springer has tied the game.
Doesn't matter how you get there.
It's gone!
But I do it with style.
Boy, has he got some kind of power.
And a little swagger, too.
Because no matter where you happen to be,
what a play!
There's only one place.
Got it!
Jays fans call home.
Sportsnet.
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
Welcome back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. Just getting the last few cars in place for the first of two B mains for the bone stock division. With 44 cars here, they had to do group qualifying and then two B mains before the feature race. So quick turnaround, as we mentioned, for these bone stock drivers. As we see cars rolling onto the track, we're going to have the 19 car, and then
that'll be a Michael Verburn, followed by the 26 of Nathan Rea. That'll be your front row.
Row 2 is the 93 of Brady Oudman.
Super Sox will also be back on the card after having tonight off.
Followed by the 14 of Hannah Lamont. I believe that's the 64.
As we get pretty quick here, one to go at the line for these drivers. They'll double themselves up and get ready for green flag racing. 15 laps is on the board. I believe in the program it says 10, so we'll have to see exactly what the distance is, but the lights are off the pace car here at Delaware Speedway. These bone stock drivers are going to get ready for green flag laps in the first of two. It will be 15 laps, the scheduled distance in the first of two B mains, out of 3 coming into 4. It'll be the 19 of Michael Verburn looking to the flag stand, looking for that green flag to be in the air. As we get ready out of 4, there's the green flag, and Michael Verburn gets a good jump. The 93R of Race Meyer makes a good push, but Nathan Rea on the outside trying to keep his spot there in second, but it's Meyer with just a bit of a nose in there, going out of 3 into turn 4. Verburn still in the lead. Race Meyer right on the rear decklet of the 19 car. As we're 1 lap down, it's Verburn in the lead with Race Meyer, then Nathan Rea, and then Hannah Lamont and Will Clausen rounding out the top 5 here in this heat race, in this B main first of 2.
And we'd just like to clarify that the 97 is not Jesse Herzl tonight. It is being piloted by Jacob Appelman. So thank you for letting us know.
As we go here, we're 2 laps in to this B main. It's still the 19 of Michael Verburn. There's the race for second as we now get the front 3 coming across. Nathan Rea right in behind Verburn, trying to see if his time to make a pass is now, but no, he'll stay single file as they go into turn 1 and into turn 2. Down the back, the race for first is right there. It's Verburn and Rea down the back. Verburn able to distance himself. Rea into turn 3, gets a nice draft. He comes around out of 4, getting right to the rear bumper of Verburn, but Verburn able to come across the line. 11 to go here. Verburn looking like he's racing really well in this B main.
And it's all about making it into the A main, and right now sitting on that 8th qualifying spot to make it in is the 12 of Joe Kicks.
That's right, the Ricky Bobby paint scheme of Joe Kicks sitting in that transfer spot as we have the top 2. Verburn getting a little loose, going high. Rea into turn 1. He gets a little squirrely, but he keeps it straight, and now he's side by side down the back. Nathan Rea trying to make a charge here. 10 to go. It'll be 9 to go this time by. Going high is Verburn out of 3, so that's Nathan Rea able to pick the bones, and he'll come across the line. We have a new leader here in the first of 2 B mains.
Joe Kicks was able to slide into that 7th spot, and now the 97 of Appelman is sitting in that final transfer spot.
As we get a look of it on a screen, and there, as we mentioned him, he spins going into turn 2. And we'll see, it's still green. He gets himself turned around, and this will stay green. As we're halfway through this B main, the 97 car able to get himself going the right way once again, avoiding the yellow flag, and this race stays green.
Tough on that 97 car of Appelman. That will take him out of that final transfer spot, but that will bump the 59 of Cassie Howard into the final transfer spot.
As we get a now look back at the top of the leaderboard, that is split screen down in the bottom right. It's the 97 replay of the spin out there as he just kind of lost control.
Looks like he just drove it in a little hard, tried to correct it, and it was a little bit too much. The back end just comes around.
As Rea crosses the stripe, it's 6 to go here. As Verburn trying to make his charge back into top spot. Nathan Rea racing very well. He's always one car that is going to be fast on the track. He's always in the hunt for heat race wins, feature wins as well. So we'll see what Nathan Rea has as we come 5 to go this time by.
5 to go, and the 59 is hoping that she can keep off the 7. There's a pretty good gap in that final transfer spot. The 7 of Thomas. Jeremy is sitting in 9th, trying to track down the 59 of Cassie Howard.
As we get a look here, the leaders going by the stripe, 4 to go. It's Nathan Rea. Now it's a little bit of lap traffic as the 97 car was the one that spun out. He's at the back of the field, so The leaders now are going to have to try and maneuver lap traffic, which doesn't look like it's going to be much difficulty here, as Nathan Rea will look to go to the high side across the stripe. Same with Verburn. He'll follow him through, and they're going to turn 1. It's 3 to go here in the first of 2 B mains, as it's Nathan Rea distancing himself from Verburn here, as we now get a split screen shot of the transfer spot in the bottom right. It's Cassie Howard still holding on to that spot, like you mentioned, Kate, trying to hold off the 7 of Thomas Jeremy.
Yeah, she's got about 4 or 5 car lengths, even maybe stretching that to half a straightaway now. She's running some pretty good times, and as long as she hits her marks, I think she's got it locked into the A main.
That's really good there, as now we get the leaders again. More lap traffic coming up. It's 1 to go this time by for the leaders, as now it's going to see if Verburn is good with second to get himself into the A main, or if he's going to try and make that charge to win this B main event. But Nathan Rea definitely very fast out of 3. He gets a little squirrely out of 3, but keeps it straight. He'll come across the line and take the checkered flag. So it's Rea, Verburn, Meyer, Lamont, Clausen, Ingram, Kicks, and Howard will be the 8 going through this B main to the feature race later on tonight.
7th is Joe Kicks. And the race for 8th off turn 4.
And as we have some time here, we're going to send it down to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I'm joined by the driver in the V8 stock division and the 86 machine, and Caden Patrick. Caden, your heat race went by good. Finished second in that race. Talk to me about your season so far and what's it going to take for you to get into victory lane tonight.
Well, the season has been going pretty well. Finishing up in the top 3, 4 every night. It's been pretty good so far, and hopefully just not breaking out will be the key of finishing the feature and up front.
Now, obviously, like you mentioned, you've been in the top 3, currently 4th in the standings. Obviously, again, with those top 3s, doing it well. Talk to me about the track tonight. Lots of people saying it's different from most nights. Talk to me about track conditions out there so far.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little slick, but once we get some rubber down, it should clean off and run some good races.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Caden, and I'll send it back upstairs to Kate and Kyle for more.
Thanks, Jeremy, as we get the second B main group out on the track, rolling out here, as Nathan Rea still in victory lane, posing for some pictures after his victory. And we see them doubling up there down on the back stretch. There's Rea out of victory lane. So now the next group is going to be able to get some speed into them and get some caution laps around. They're going to have the white flag ready to go. They want to keep this moving along, not wasting any time. White flag in the air. Obviously, it's going to be, let's look through the field.
Yeah, we've got the 58 of Gary Triska, the 48 of Jack Dixon, the 51 of Tom Hughes, the 22.
Aaron, you could win that too. Yeah.
It might be.
You buy a 50-50 ticket.
I believe it's Jordan Wilms.
You could be walking out.
So we have here on our race monitor, and then it's the 71H of Jennifer Hatch, 99 of Chad Prue, the 11 of Rob Wollaston, the 23 of Jesse Howard, the 52N of Carter Nickel, Stan Cook in the 74, the 147 of Mike Mahoo, and the 777s of John Fluitt will round out this field, as now they come out of turn 4 looking for the green flag in the air. Flag man waves it. We're green flag racing here at Delaware Speedway, the second B main in the Bone Stocks, 15 laps the scheduled distance. It was Gary Triska leading the way. It's still side by side down the back. It's the 48 of Jack Dixon able to pull away a little bit as they go into turn 3. We'll see what Dixon has on the outside and see what Triska can have on the inside. It looks like at the line we're going to have a new leader, as it's the 48 of Jack Dixon being able to pass Triska here with 1 lap into this B main.
The rollover in the corners on the 58 of Gary Triska is so much different than the 48. If you watch coming through this corner here, you'll see how that left rear tire is off the ground on the 58, putting all that pressure on the right front.
As we come around, little bit of contact between the 22 of Jordan Wilms and Gary Triska, but everybody stays straight. We stay green. It gives Jack Dixon the ability to gives Jack Dixon a little bit of time to get further his distance here as he'll come across the line. We got a replay of the contact here, Kate.
So you'll see what I was talking about before. The 58's rear wheel is just a little bit up, and the 22 just taps him there. And when you have that much of your car leaning over on that front right tire, the slightest tap on that inside is going to change things in these bone stocks.
That's right. As we come out of 4, there'll be 11 to go this time by Jack Dixon, comfortable in the lead. It's the battle for second between Triska and Wilms. That is good here as they're side by side out of 2 down the back. It is the 22 of Wilms, just a nose in front as he'll pull away down the back into 3. He now fully takes over second, but Triska gets right to the rear bumper as they cross the line. It's 10 to go here, 5 laps down, 10 to go in this second B main event. That's the closest battle I believe we have on the track is for second as Jack Dixon has pulled himself away. And we come into 3, again out of 3, nose to tail are Wilms and Triska. There we see Dixon again as we cross the line, 9 to go.
Yeah, we're ticking away the laps, and it looks like Chad Peru is currently sitting in that last transfer spot. We'll see how long Chad can hold on to it. He's hoping to, and keeping the 52 of Carter Nickel behind him. He's got about half a track, maybe almost to a half to a quarter of a track straight away ahead of the 52. But the 52 is doing some battle with some other cars back there, so it's giving Chad Peru a better shot at making it into the A main.
As we get the split screen, that's the battle there. That's Wollaston and Peru for 7th and 8th. And then it's the 22 of Wilms in second spot pretty comfortably as Triska looks pretty comfortable there. The front 3 well ahead of the rest of the field as we see the gap there between Dixon and Wilms. Pretty comfortable. 6 to go this time by, and barring anything, it looks like these front 3 are running a very good race here in the B main.
Yeah, Chad Peru is able to go past the 11 of Rob Wollaston, but then got completely sideways in turn 3 and 4. So they're still doing battle, but right now Wollaston is sitting in the last transfer spot. You can see it right here. Look to the replay screen. There it goes. Peru completely sideways, able to hold on to it and remain ahead of Wollaston. Wollaston kind of checks out, makes sure to stay out of trouble. Like we said before, if you don't have a car to run the A main, well, then you're definitely not in the A main.
That's right. So there we get a shot of the battle for 7th and 8th. 8th is the final transfer spot, currently held by the 11 of Rob Wollaston. In front of him is the 99 of Chad Peru. Nose to tail are those 2 drivers as they come across the line. 4 to go here in the second B main. Top 8 will go through to the feature race later on tonight. As we come down the back into turn 3, still looking at that transfer spot battle. Double screen now, and that's Jack Dixon. He has led from pretty much the beginning of this race and has not looked back. He's kept everybody else in his rear view mirror, which is exactly what he wants to do, showing his car is very racy here tonight on the half mile.
Yeah, Dixon's done a great job, and every vehicle right now, keep it conservative. Keep your tires underneath you, because all you have to do is complete a couple more laps, especially if you're those 8 cars that are already in transfer spots. Everybody else, get moving.
That's right, as you got 2 laps left. The white flag is going to be coming out this time by Jack Dixon. Will bring them to the line. White flag in the air, 1 to go here. It looks like Jordan Wilms is going to try and make a charge up the track, but it looks like Jack Dixon will solidify this B-main victory as he's into 3. One final time out of 3 into 4. He's just got to keep it straight now. Cross the line, checkered flag is out, and there it is. Jack Dixon with the victory. The 22 of Jordan Wilms, second. Gary Triska in the 58, third. Tom Hughes, fourth. Stan Cook, fifth. Sixth is the 71H of Jennifer Hatch, and then Chad Prue and Rob Wollaston will round out the top 8, the ones that will then now qualify for that feature race later on tonight.
Yeah, and what a feature race it's going to be. 36 bone stocks out on that track. It'll be something. The V8 stocks feature will be up next as well, so I'm interested to see that. They're going to go 25 lap features, so we've got a 25 lap feature, a 40 lap feature, and then King of the Hill.
It's going to be a great way to round out the night. Some feature racing upcoming here as we see Jack Dixon pull into victory lane, get a couple pictures. But we will be right back with more Delaware Speedway racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back from wherever you're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. It is, we're getting ready for the V8 stock feature race, 25 laps, the scheduled distance here. The breakout rule here is definitely going to be key to see who ends up in that victory lane spot. Again, if you're just joining us, Kate, tell the viewers what that breakout rule entails.
So these cars can't go faster than a 21.1 second lap. So if they go 21.09 seconds, they've gone too fast. They will have to serve a stop and go penalty on the backstretch. Reason for this rule was there's a lot of race cars that no longer really fit into a class but have a V8 engine. Well, let's throw a V8 engine in any car that's sitting in a field, sitting beside your shop. It no longer meets any specific category. Let's turn them into V8 stocks. Let's go racing. This class has brought in so many cars out of the woodwork and back onto a racetrack where they belong, and we're able to have a great car count out tonight, and I'm interested to see how this is going to go.
That's right. As we see the cars rolling off, we're going to throw it down to Jeremy as we have some time. Jeremy, what do you got for us?
Thanks so much, Kyle. Currently with the driver of the number 40 machine and Jason Craig. Now, Jason, currently second in the bone stock division. Talk to me about getting into the feature race tonight, and talk to me about strategy and how you're going to try to get yourself up to victory lane.
Well, there's a lot of cars that have some speed tonight. So we got to just, keep the wheels on it, keep it out of trouble, and try and just work our way up, hopefully capitalize on other people's mistakes going into a corner. That's all we can do.
Now, so far this season, you have luck go your way, obviously still second in the bone stocks. Talk to me about what's been going well for you and your team so far.
Just patience. I think we've just got better at maybe pacing ourselves. Last weekend, I got a little edgy, and then it almost didn't pay off. So, I have to just be patient.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for your time tonight. and we'll send it back up to Kate Callum for more.
Thank Jeremy. Great interview there. As we get ready to go one lap more under caution here, quickly take us through the field here, Kate, as we get ready for feature race.
We have the 73 of Jordan Morris, followed by the 23 of Jeff Ferguson, the 95 Lucas Orr, the 52 of Randy Martin, the 96 Caden Patrick, 45 Barry Watson, 11 of Jeremy Taggart, the 2 of Doug Stewart, the 53 of Kara Martin, the 90 of David Rockwood, the 91 of Chad Clutterbuck, the 4 of Kevin Wheaton, the 97 of Jesse Herzl, and the 3 of Mike Howard.
That's great there. They're doubled up. Pace car off the track, coming out of 4, looking to the flag stand. And we have green flag racing here at Delaware Speedway. 25 laps, the scheduled distance in the V8 stock division. As we have Morris getting a little bit of contact from Orr, but he's able to keep it straight down the back. He pulls away, maintains his lead. Lucas Orr going on the inside of Ferguson, trying to gain that second spot. Out of 3, into 4, down the front stretch, across the line. We're 1 lap into this race. Everybody good so far, as Jordan Morris is in the lead, and then it's followed by Ferguson and Orr. That battle for second is tight, and Ferguson gonna try and go into 3 and make that pass on the outside of Morris.
That's the best part of this race, is that it'll be tight the whole time, for the most part, as everybody's trying not to break out. Jeff Ferguson real close with a 21.351. That breakout rule can get anybody at any time, whether you're the leader or not. We got 3 wide in the back, in the middle of the field. We've got 2 wide. '95 of Lucas Orr. So we're gonna watch it back here in the replay screen. The 95 gets a little bit loose. It looks like the 73 gets loose. The 95 checks up and taps the back of the 73, so there's a little bit of contact. Everybody's still going straight, so that's the main part. And we're still looking good for track speeds, but we're down to the 21.2, so we'll be definitely paying attention here, because it could happen at any time where we have a breakout.
Ferguson crosses the line here with 20 to go. We're 5 laps in. Everybody looking pretty good. As we have Ferguson leading the way, coming out of 4 down the front stretch, and we have a caution here on the speedway. The 4 car of Kevin Wheaton in turn 3 spun around. Looks like we have a replay here. Kate, take us through it.
We'll check with race control.
The 4 just gets loose. The 53 is nowhere near touching, but able to stay off the side of the 4. So good on the 53 for not getting collected of Kara Martin. But unfortunately, the 4 of Kevin Wheaton goes around, causing the first caution. It looks like they're taking a look. So
yeah, they got the rear flap. I'm not sure the correct term for that that piece that they're looking under here. The safety
so the rear deck lid, they're lifting it up. That's normally going to be where the gas tank is. So there's a touch of smoke coming out. Coming out of turn 1 and 2 there, and then goes around. So hoping it's not a gas leak, but they may have just lifted the rear deck lid anyways in order to tow it. So could be a multitude of things. Could be a rear control arm, because he's looking more to the tire.
Delaware Speedway, a very polarizing figure, that's for sure.
As we get another look at it, Kate, let's kind of go through it again here.
To all the first responders here tonight, here we say
Oh, you watch it completely lock up. And then the right rear shifts there. So that's going to either be an axle or a control arm. Either way, that car definitely is on the hook and going back into the pits.
Yeah, that will all but end the night for the 4-car of Kevin Wheaton, as it is on the business end of the tow truck there.
And there's definitely some parts on the track there that they are going to clean up.
That's right, but we will step aside. We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
Ray Collins Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Collins Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Collins Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Good news, Rogers customers. Disney Plus is now included in select TV plans at no additional cost. With Disney Plus, you can enjoy exclusive movies and shows like Andor.
They're building a weapon.
Welcome to the rebellion. Vanderpump Villa.
I've chosen this magnificent Italian castle.
And No Taste Like Home.
I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
Rogers Xfinity customers say activate Disney Plus into your voice remote to learn more.
Welcome back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. We are seeing the cars still rolling around under caution as the safety crew is still in the middle of cleanup after the 4-car spun out. Looks like it did break something in the rear of his car, so that ends their night as we get the ever so great safety crew here at Delaware Speedway doing their thing. Here's another replay. Kate, again, take us through it.
Watch that right rear tire when he does loop around here. You're going to see the back end start to go. Definitely locking up those brakes, but then you see that right rear shift right there. So definitely broke.
And some debris kind of.
See some parts go flying. Never a good sign to be on the back end of the tow truck. Now that Speedy Dry is in that race groove. It's in the lower part of that corner, so that may play a little bit of a part here for this restart. Pace car is going to try and take the cars directly through it, see if we can get some of it heated up and lifted off. It will be a little slick, so we'll see if it has any part to play in the rest of the racing here tonight. Should be gone before everybody takes their spectator cars out for King of the Hill. So it's okay, everybody. You can still go get your keys, still go sign up, make that donation for King of the Hill Racing tonight.
That's right. The white flag is in the air, so the lights are going to be off the pace car here at Delaware Speedway. The field will double up. It'll be Jeff Ferguson leading the way, followed by Jordan Morris on the outside. Then it's Lucas Orr and Randy Martin in row 2. Row 3 will be Barry Watson and Caden Patrick, as we see the Delaware pace car pull off the track down to pit road. And the cars out of 3 into 4. Coming out of 4, they're going to go down the front, look to the flag stand. And we are back. Green flag racing. 20 laps to go here in the V8 stock feature. And this restart will be interesting to see what Jordan Morris can do on the outside. He looks to pull away out of 2 down the back. And he does have a good jump. But Ferguson trying to do everything in his power to make sure that gap doesn't get too far away. Out of 4 down the front. It'll be Morris crossing the line first, so we have a new leader. 19 to go here in the feature race. And this is very tight as Lucas Orr gets a little bit wobbly out of 2. And the front two are going to be side by side into 3 through that quick dry. And out of 4, Jordan Morris, great corner exit here down the front stretch, crossing the line. And that's great corner exit there by the 73. He's looking pretty darn good out there on the half mile today.
That outside line coming out of turn 3 and 4 for the 73 is working. I think whether you're in traffic or not, that's the line that 73 car is running the best on. Just got to make sure that we stay under that breakout time.
And so far, everybody is good. Jordan Morris looking down the back to try and distance himself from Ferguson in that 23X car. And then everybody grouping up behind Ferguson. That's Lucas Orr, Barry Watson, Jeremy Taggart trying to get his name in this race here, as he's almost going to try and force 3 wide into across the start-finish line into turn 1, but they thought better of that. They'll stay single file as Lucas Orr is on the outside. There's the battle for second. Ferguson, Orr, and Watson all battling here out of 3 into 4. As Jordan Morris is still doing well on the outside, crossing the line. Everybody's kind of ganging up here, and it's getting tight as we get further and further into this feature race.
Yeah, some cars are running really great right off the hop, and as the tires warm up, sometimes it makes the car tighten up or loosen up. So definitely making sure that you have a car that'll last the whole race as opposed to a heat race that's shorter distance. But that's something I love about these V8 stocks is how close of a race it ends up being with the breakout time.
That's right, as we have a new leader, 14 to go here, as it's Jeff Ferguson back in the lead, followed by Barry Watson making a charge up the track. He'll cross the line here, and he'll take over second spot. Jeff Ferguson getting close and flirting with that breakout time as he ran a 21.115. So he'll have to kind of play with that gas pedal a little bit as he's going around. Barry Watson getting to the rear of Ferguson out of 4, down the front, across the line. It's 12 to go. Here we go. Jeff Ferguson, Barry Watson, and Jeremy Taggart both flirting with that line there as well. These cars are going absolutely pedal to the metal as much as they can here. And it looks like we got the 3 pulling off as well as the 90 both pulling off there down the back as we got a caution on the speedway.
Got a car around on the back stretch.
Mike Howard pulled off.
But Mike Howard pulled off. Oh, it was Kara Martin around on the back stretch. Mike Howard pulled off, as well as I believe
Rockwood.
It was David Rockwood, who was running in 6th.
Not sure exactly what happened to those 2 cars. I know you said earlier on Mike Howard, kind of a newer car, trying to shake it out, might not be feeling quite right here as it is starting to cool down. So maybe that's why he's pulling off. Didn't feel comfortable out there, potentially.
I did see a post where they were still working on that car, I think at like 11:55 last night. So that may be part of why, but definitely ran the Blumendahl truck last week. So want to make sure that the car's running right. You don't want to wreck anything. Was running closer to the back of the pack. So definitely take this time to make sure that the car's okay. As we move forward.
That's right. As we have the lights off the pace car, it'll drop down to pit road, and the cars come out of turn 4, looking to the flag stand, ready to get back to green flag racing. 12 to go here in the V8 stock feature race, and that's a good jump by Barry Watson. We'll see if race control likes it. And it looks like Barry Watson and Jordan Morris on the outside are going to run that train, and yellow flag. So I believe that would be a jump from Barry Watson on the start there. They're going to restack and re-rack and try this once again.
No, we have heard them say, like, give it back, give it back, give it back. The thing is that he had another car right on his bumper, help him push him through. So that's part of it too. So the 73's pushing him through, the 45 kind of told probably to give back that lead. 73's on his bumper. So they will probably send out a warning to the 45. Let's not do that again. Let's get a clean start. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and we are going to go green this time by. Lights off that pace car.
As we get ready, still 12 to go here in the feature of the V8 stock division. As we come out of 4, looking to the flag stand. The green flag is in the air, and this start looks better. Jeff Ferguson able to get across the line first, but Barry Watson still gonna make the charge on the outside, and Jordan Morris definitely wants to follow that train around the outside. Barry Watson able to get by Ferguson there, out of 3 into 4.
Contact in turn 3. The 95 of Lucas Orr got sideways and everybody checked up into him. Clutterbuck's up high in that corner as well.
Clutterbuck looking like he's able to spin himself around under his own power.
Check to the right side of your screen. You'll see it kind of happening. It'll come into play right about here. There's the 95 around and collects Randy Martin. Clutterbuck was able to slide up the track. Checking under the 95 now.
As we see another car looking like it might go on the business end of the hook here. That is the 95 of Lucas Orr. He got what looks to be the worst of it, as everybody else is still able to keep their cars rolling here. As we go under caution, we see it's going to be another great restart. We'll see the top 2 of Ferguson and Watson in a battle. They've been battling all night, as we get a look at the good old safety crew here at Delaware Speedway, doing everything they can to make sure that the car is on the business end of the hook and able to get the pit stall of Lucas Orr. As we do see a little bit of damage here on the left front damage. It's not straight, Kate, as we see on the screen here.
No, until we check the other side too, but yeah, something I think broke in the front end and around went that car. So we will have to get that one off the track in order to keep going here.
Still under caution as we see the tow truck. Oh yeah, the front end of that car on both sides does not look very good at all. So a little
when both wheels are pointing the opposite direction, that is not going to be good for a race car to go fast.
No, exactly. So that's going to be some time spent in the shop to get that fixed up. As we see here, Lucas Orr is off the track as he's going back to his pit stall. The cars are single file. We got the white flag in the air last time around under caution. The lights will go off. This pace car here at Delaware Speedway. The field will double up. And everybody getting told to kind of behave and make sure the race stays green.
We just got word if you didn't get a chance to look at the fire truck earlier, you're not going to again because you had to go on a call. Yes, they're down there with the cop cars in turn 1.
The field is doubled up here. The pace car will drop off the track. Out of 3 comes the field. They'll go into 4, and as they're out of 4, they'll look to the flag stand, ready for green flag racing again. Still 12 to go here in the feature of the V8 stock division. That is a start there, and we're back underway. It's green flag racing. It's Ferguson, Watson, Taggart, Morris.
I don't see Taggart on the track, although his race monitor keeps popping up on our screen. Caden Patrick's there on the inside, followed by Doug Stewart, and then the 53 of Kara Martin, 52 of Randy Martin. Clutterbuck still on the track, as well as Herzl.
That's right, as Barry Watson able to pull away in the lead here. The battle for second is Morris and Ferguson. as they come out of 3 into 4. Barry Watson very fast as Morris still drifting high coming out of corner exit. As everybody's still good. Barry Watson still in the lead. Ferguson pulling away. And Morris losing spots as he's on the outside. The 86 of Caden Patrick able to pick up a spot. And Doug Stewart in the 2 is also looking to pick the bones there. Caden Patrick getting a little loose out of 4. He's able to keep that straight as we have 9 to go here in the feature. Single file is everybody except for Morris, as now it looks like they're going to fall into line, Kate.
Yeah, Caden Patrick got a little loose, opening that door for Doug Stewart to come down and under. Looks like Doug Stewart's going to try and take that same approach there on the 86 as well.
Caden Patrick, Doug Stewart both break out on that lap. They will both have to serve a stop and go penalty, and that'll open the door for Morris to grab a couple of spots. Still Barry Watson in the lead, and the 23X of Jeff Ferguson out of 4 coming down the front stretch across the line. It is 7 to go here in the feature of the V8 division, as now it's nose to tail are Watson and Ferguson. We'll see here, there's both the stop and go penalties being served by Doug Stewart and Caden Patrick. Their penalty has been served. We come down the front, 6 to go here. As we go here down the back, Watson and Ferguson battling for the lead. Morris still trailing by quite a bit here. As we get a replay, Kate, take us through it.
Yeah, so the 2 was going to serve the penalty. 73 wasn't 100% sure. Ended up checking up into the 2 and goes high. So 2 was able to serve the penalty, so is the 86 of Caden Patrick, and we are back green flag racing. We've got 5 to go. Front 3 have a good little getaway here. Caden Patrick didn't fully stop. It was more of a rolling stop. They must have made him go back and either restop or he broke out again. I haven't checked the timer yet.
His last lap was a 20.975, so that was his back-to-back breakouts for Caden Patrick, so he had to serve yet another penalty. As we have the leaders here, 3 to go, that time by the stripe. It's still Barry Watson in the lead, followed closely by Jeff Ferguson as they're out of 2 down the back. This time by it's going to be popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go as they're out of 3 into 4, coming down the front out of 4. It's Barry Watson, Jeff Ferguson, very tight here at the top. Both of them still literally just ran the exact same lap time at 21.266. My goodness, are these cars motoring, but still keeping above that line.
They're flirting with it, but they don't want to give it up with 1 to go this time by. So they're definitely going to be checking their lap times. In the 4th and 5th spot are Randy and Kara Martin. They were doing battle there for a couple laps, so I'm sure that that's what they had some fun doing, and that'll be an interesting conversation at the dinner table.
Here we go across the line, checkered flags in the air. Everybody's good. It'll be Barry Watson taking home the checkered flags, followed by Jeff Ferguson. Jordan Morris coming in 3rd, Randy Martin 4th, and Kara Martin finishing out the top 5 there, Kate. My goodness, what a run for the Martin family.
Yeah, they were able to put 2 cars in the top 5 tonight. There was a lot of collateral damage that did happen. We lost a few cars throughout that race, but they should be able to get those ready and back out here for their next event at Delaware Speedway.
That's right, as we see Barry the Bear Watson making his way down to victory lane. Another victory for the 45 car. He is one of the perennial favorites week in and week out in this V8 stock division. And what do you think makes him that good? Is it just the experience at the track here?
Barry's got lots of laps at this track, but he's also very patient. He's a great driver. I'm always loving to watch a Barry Watson race.
As we get Barry Watson waiting for him to come out of his car. And then we will be sending it down trackside as Jordan Maudsley is going to be there to do the victory lane interview. Helmet is off. Set on top of the car. Barry Watson slowly but surely getting himself unbuckled. And there we go. Gets his hat on. Make sure he looks good for the camera. And there he is. He's out of the car. Another victory for him. And we will... Well, the kids are going to hop up on the truck here.
Folks.
Send it down to Jordan Mosley.
They're all going on the car tonight. How about that? This is the V8 version of the fence climb.
As we see the kids getting to celebrate on top of the car there, that's probably pretty special for them.
That's Barry Watson's daughter, Blake.
Barry,
And
another
there's
excellent
Jordan
run.
Mosley
You're having
with
a
the
great
interview.
season. Take me through this one.
Man, you can't do anything wrong. This car's got a wheel shaking on it. It's still handling like a dream. Those restarts are so much fun. It's like real racing again. I couldn't drive a late model, but these things, I'm really good at bracket racing.
There you go. I know a lot of people make this happen. Who do you want to thank?
I got to thank all my family, my crew. We do a lot of racing. My daughter got her first win at micro sprints at Grand Bend on Saturday. So now we're all chasing trophies. I got to thank them because they helped me out, get all these cars done and organized, and back and forth Friday, Saturday, every day, building new ones. And got to thank everything at Delaware, the safety crew. They did a great job tonight. They're always doing more than you guys know. They telling us when to get in our cars and get out there and keeping the program moving. So thanks to them too.
Barry's adding to the family trophy shelf now. Another win down here in the V8 stocks for Barry Watson.
Congratulations, Barry Watson. We'll be back with more racing. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Just finished the feature for the V8 stock division. Congratulations once again to the 45 of Barry Watson. Again, what a man. Like, this guy's unstoppable. It seems like he's on rails almost week in and week out. As you mentioned, experience plays a key factor and a key role into bringing this car to victory lane.
I did love how he said, couldn't drive a late model, but I can do bracket racing. So that was kind of funny. I think he did great in the late model. The late model class has always been so tight here at Delaware as well. So we've got bone stocks rolling out onto the track. 36 of them out of 44 are going to go do battle. There is going to be cars here, there, and everywhere.
Every inch of this half mile will be covered by a car at some point.
Well, yeah, they're going around in circles, Kyle.
You know what I meant. We're talking about as many cars as there are. Every inch and square mile of this track will be covered from front to back. 40 laps is going to be the scheduled distance here. Longer race than what these bone stocks are originally and used to. So again, is there a different strategy to play here?
Well, some of these drivers have run races. This is our first 40 lapper here at Delaware this year. But drivers have run longer races at different tracks for invitationals and things like that. So some of these drivers will have more experience running a longer race. Some may not. We always say that these bone stocks are the entry-level division, but it's been so close, and a lot of these drivers have ran so many years in this class now that, yes, a lot of drivers are coming into this class, but this is just a good class for racing. It's competitive. The car count is high here at Delaware. We started with 44 cars. We're down to 36. But look at them all. There's so many, and it is the division that you can come out and try racing if you've never tried racing before. This is the division to start in. It is going to be a cheaper price point than the other classes. So this is a cool division as well. So are the V8 stocks. Like I said, they've brought in a lot of those cars out from just sitting and been able to race them in a class. So from a 4-cylinder off the road to a V8 stock that you had sitting in a field, this has been a great night for car count, and I am super interested to see when we go around again, these guys go to battle for 40 laps.
That's right.
Guys and girls, I should say.
That is correct. The white flag is in the air, so the lights are off the pace car here at Delaware Speedway. So next time at a turn 4, it will be green flag racing for 40 laps here on the half mile. 36 bone stock cars going around the half mile for 40 laps.
17 of Colin Williams is going to bring us to the green flag. On the outside is the 33 of Paul Fothergill, the 78 of Justin Culver right there, and the 28 of Chris Lawrence.
We are green flag racing here at Delaware Speedway. What a great shot of the speed camera there, just to see how many cars were going by the start-finish line as we have the battle for the lead here. Fothergill and Williams going through out of 4. It'll be Fothergill to the line. And there it is. It's Fothergill going to be taking the lead here as the 78 of Justin Culver trying to make his way up the leaderboard as he's going to go on the inside of Williams there.
Everest got a little squirrely on the backstretch. There's a big stack of about 8 cars. Everybody is still moving. There's still some wobbling going on in the corner. And that's your update from mid-pack.
Yeah, there's the 78 of Justin Culver battling with the 03 of Matt Langford. The 52 of Donovan Clark is right there as well. As there's the frontish of the pack, I guess, if that's what you want to call it with this many cars.
I think we can call about the top 8 as the front, and we're just going to try to keep giving you updates from all over the place here.
That's right. As we get the look at the leaders, that's Fothergill in the 33 BT, and then it's the 17 behind him of Colin Williams as they are at a 4 down the front. They are now 4 laps into this 40-lap feature race as cars are continuing to move around. There's the battle kind of in the middle as they start to go single file in behind the leaders. That's the 52 of Clark and the 03 of Langford.
Sitting in the 4 and the 5 spot near the front.
As well as Justin Culver, he's in the mix there. He's currently sitting in a podium spot.
We just went 3 wide. We almost had an incident, but everybody pulls through.
A look at the leaders here. Down the back into turn 3. Out of 3 goes Fothergill and Williams. They're now out of 4 down the front, and it'll be 34 laps to go here in the feature of the bone stock division. It's now single file out of 1 into 2 and down the back. Fothergill, Williams battling for top spot, and then it's Justin Culver and Donovan Clark battling for 3rd spot. And then it's Langford and Charlie Verhoeven battling for that 4th and 5th spot as they go side by side for the 4th and 5th spot across the line. Justin Culver trying to make his move, trying to pick the right time to make that move as they go down the back. Single file for the most part near the front as they come out of 4. Across the line, Culver trying to dip down on the inside of Williams as they go into turn 1. not able to make that pass yet as they go down the back. At a corner exit of 2, down the back, Ken Culver gained the speed he needs to pass Wilms. At this point, no, it's still Wilms sitting in second place. As they come out of 4 across the line. 31 to go now in this 40-lap feature race. Fothergill looking to distance himself as he does in a lot of divisions. Again, another veteran here in Delaware Speedway as he's distancing himself down the back. And lap traffic could become a potential problem and issue here once the leaders are getting closer to the back end of this field.
We're 10 laps in, and they are catching the tail end of this pack. In the middle of the pack, we have cars inside, outside, weaving, trying to get every track position that they can.
See there, Verhoeven able to make the pass on Culver for a 3rd spot as they come across the line. Lap traffic now going to become somewhat of an issue here for the front of the field. That's the 59 of Cassie Howard getting passed by.
Charlie Verhoeven definitely used the 59 of Howard as a pick there. Was able to squeeze in the middle, time that perfectly coming out of the corner, definitely using lap traffic to the advantage.
That's right, Verhoeven now up to 2nd, but everybody's still chasing the legend of Paul Fothergill as he is about half a straightaway ahead of Verhoeven, but Verhoeven is making up some time.
You want to talk about a guy who's had lots of laps at this track? That's Paul Fothergill. I talked to him a bit last season about how these handled differently than any other race car he's ever piloted at this track, and he said bone stocks are like no other. They give him a workout. So hopefully he's ready to muster up the strength to keep going here. This is a long race, and we're going green. Charlie Verhoeven's catching the 33 of Paul Fothergill.
Yeah, that's right. The last lap around, it was Charlie Verhoeven running the faster time at a 23:102. So he is catching on the heels of Fothergill. Fothergill goes high and gets a little wobbly, and that gives Verhoeven the opportunity to take the lead as he's now going to try and maneuver lap traffic down the back into 3. Out of 3 into 4, still maneuvering lap traffic on the outside. He comes out of 4 down the front. He will now be the leader as we're going to get a look as to why Fothergill kind of got a little loose there as we look at Verhoeven still maneuvering the lap traffic.
So here's the replay. Oh, it looks like a slight touch going into turn 1. And then we just wash up the track a bit there, and Verhoeven's able to catch a nice break there. The 11 looked like he was going a little bit higher than normal, but lap traffic definitely going to play a part here for a while because there's lots of it. Paul Fothergill is running in clean air right now, but Verhoeven is catching the next lap car.
That's right, Verhoeven now distancing himself, and it's now Colin Wilms trying to get to the heels in the back bumper of Fothergill to try and pick up that 2nd spot there. You see it on your screen now, the battle for 2nd of Fothergill and Wilms. That's going to be a battle. Fothergill does have a slight advantage and a pretty decent lead as they're still trying to maneuver all this lap traffic as they come down the front. It's across the line they go. They got 22 laps to go here, almost halfway through this race as we get the 78 of Justin Culver and the 52 of Donovan Clark. That's the battle for 4th and 5th respectively here as they're maneuvering lap traffic as well to the outside.
The leader, the 8 of Charlie Verhoeven there on your screen, has a nice lead over everybody else. Not having to maneuver lap traffic right now, and you can see the gap shot from the 8 all the way back to, you'll see the black with the yellow. That is the 33 of Paul Fothergill. So there's your gap between 1st and 2nd.
What a gap that is as the rest of the front of the field is maneuvering on the outside of the lap traffic. They did a great job maneuvering through it. Now they're all bumper to bumper traffic here as they're fighting. It's Wilms, Culver, Clark, and Matt Langford all in this battle here, trying to catch Fothergill and ultimately trying to catch the 8 of Charlie Verhoeven.
I believe the 64 of William Klassen pulls off the track. It looks like he's parking it on the trailer. So that takes one of the cars out of the race.
As we saw there, Donovan Clark thought about maybe going to the inside. He does now try to make that move, going into 3 on the inside of Culver. Culver still ahead of him just by a nose, as now he'll pull away across the line. It's 18 to go here, more than halfway through this feature race of the Bone Stock division. There we see the leader maneuvering his way through lap traffic of the, that's the Charlie Verhoeven car, the number 8, as he splits the middle of some lap traffic, crossing the line here. 17 to go. Verhoeven just continuing to race, and a yellow.
We've got Nathan Rea up in the wall coming out of 2. So we've got a caution on the speedway, which might change things. Charlie Verhoeven had a nice thing going on. Was able to get a good lead.
But now you're gonna restack and re-rack. So that will give the likes of Fothergill, Wilms, Culver, Donovan Clark, and Matt Langford the opportunity to have a good restart here and potentially take over that top spot. We'll have to see what kind of restart Charlie Verhoeven has once they get re-racked.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Verhoeven's able to do. Definitely, Paul Fothergill is going to have a really good start. Verhoeven's just super fast right now, so I wonder if anybody in this field's got something for him.
That's right, Charlie Verhoeven, his best lap time was lap 13 at 23.102. That looks to be the fastest out of the field. So he, like you said, he's been very fast, able to, once he got the lead after Fothergill kind of got loose and went up the track out of 1 into 2, he was able to grab the lead and distance himself quite quickly, maneuvering through that lap traffic as well. So as we get ready to...
He's about 2.5 tenths faster than anybody else in the field right now, like to the next closest to him. So he's moving pretty good. So as long as he gets a good restart, I think things will go in his favor.
Yeah, that's, and we talk about the veteran presence of Paul Fothergill. We'll see if that comes into play as we get later into this race. There were 18 laps to go out of the 40 that we started with. So Paul Fothergill, like we've mentioned, a lot of laps around this half mile at Delaware Speedway. And Colin Wilms, Justin Culver, Donovan Clark, Matt Langford, Chris Lawrence even. None of these drivers are slouches. They all belong here. They all drive very well. So we'll have to, like we said, see what this restart brings about, as now we got to try and make sure everybody's in the right spot, right position. And I think we've only lost maybe 1 car out of the field, so what, 35 cars still left on the track?
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Rea is going to rejoin the back of this field as well. So I think we have only lost William Klassen out of the field. It looks like everybody else is still on the track and going strong. These guys at the front have been at the front before, so it's all about what they can do. Every driver has put themselves into the A main, so good on them. They had to beat out some other drivers to get there. We started with 44 cars tonight. That is a great car count, and we are very thankful that the car count for the Bone Stocks has been this great here at Delaware Speedway, and it's definitely made others want to come out from other tracks, and we always invite them to. It's a great time here at Delaware. It's a lot of track to run on, especially to put all these cars out there. We're able to do so because we've got this half mile.
That's right, as it looks like the flag man has the white flag in the air. He does wave it, so it's 1 more lap around under caution, and then we're going to get back to green flag racing at Delaware Speedway. 18 laps left to go in this 40-lap feature of the Bone Stocks, as we see everybody doubled up, ready to go, as the lights are off the Delaware pace car. down the back one final time under caution. The flagman telling everybody to hurry up and let's get back up to kind of a bit of a faster speed here, as we want to get back to green flag racing here as soon as possible.
It's just about getting tight to the field, right? He wants the field nice and tight together so that this restart's a good one. So many cars on the track. Everybody's trying to get in there tight in order to get racing.
And here we go. Verhoeven sees green and he is off and running. He will get a good start here, but Fothergill trying to keep. And now it's the 78 of Culver, and there's mayhem out of 1 into 2, and yet another caution out, and that is a lot of the field involved in that.
He didn't get up to speed.
And we have gone to red flag conditions here on the track. Everybody stops where they are, and now
there's about 16 cars that are not pointed in proper directions or up against somebody else or on the wall. So we are red flagged. Everybody's just getting checked to make sure they're okay.
One car got jacked up from behind. Is that the 14 driving away?
As we get somewhat of a look, let's kind of take us through it and see what we have.
Yeah, handle him on out of here.
So it looks like this. We're gonna watch the 78 car here. Starts to wash up a little bit, gets a little bit loose. Looks like starts to get loose, and I'm gonna say the 03 may have been right there too, and just kind of got caught up in the 73 going loose. So that is a tough break for a lot of drivers. The 78 of Justin Culver was the one that kind of got loose, and everybody just kind of checked up and got collected. So that is a tough go for everybody that ended up in the middle of that. The 78 of Culver is actually over in turn 3. So got out of that cleaner than everybody else that checked up behind.
Yeah, we see a race official.
So we're just taking one car out at a time here.
Yeah, race official out there letting every driver, hey, if you're good enough to get out of the way, let's get out of the way so we can get the cars with the heavier damage. As we see there, the 10 car the 10.
I believe that's
Ian Levesque. His
and then the 19 of Michael Verburn is in there.
I'm just saying, look at the tire of Levesque there on the front left. That is not in a direction that you want it to be
Hannah
pointing.
Lamont's there. The 59 of Cassie Howard kind of looked like she pulled in but didn't really make a whole lot of contact, so she should be able to roll out. She's rolling out now. And I think it's the 48 of Jack Dixon that's in there as well, that's left. Ray is up in the top part, but I'm not sure if he just stopped up there. Taylor Everest is up near the wall as well.
Looks like the 19 of Michael Verburn took a pretty good look. He was the one that got smoked from behind.
As we are in red flag conditions, we will go to break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking.
You have no idea where in the world you really are.
Wow.
No map, no plan, no clue. This is Destination X. Well, this ought to be fun. Oh, it's open. Austria. All you have to do to win is answer one simple question. Where the X am I?
Welcome back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. Still under red flag conditions, as we see on our screen. Some vehicles not looking too good after what I think you said. You rough counted 16 cars involved in this incident here. You see the 3 that are kind of the heaviest of damage to them, as also the safety crew out there with the quick dry trying to get all the fluids off the track.
Yeah, a lot were able to roll out of that, so that is always a good thing. But at one point, yeah, there was like 14 to 16 cars over there. And as we would call this sometimes, the big one. But it looks like we still have lots of cars on the track, so the safety crew is doing a great job getting this cleaned up as fast as possible, collecting all the debris. I may have lied to all of the King of the Hill contestants. There might still be some quick dry.
Yeah, that's true, as this is putting some more quick dry on the track as well. It looks like there are 2 hooks, but when you only have 2 hooks, it takes a little bit of time if there's more than 2 cars that have to go on the business end of it. So that's what we see here. The 19 is getting taken to their pit stall. We still have the 48 and the 10 still waiting to get hooked up here, as now they're back to the 48 car, getting him on the business end of the hook.
Yeah, Jack Dixon will go on the hook here, be the next one to be removed from the damage site, we'll call it. A lot of it was moving some of those cars out there. They were all like in there together, right? So just coordinating, moving out one by one. Go ahead, let's try the next guy. They also have to make sure that there's still a path for the tow trucks to get through. But it looks like Verburn's car is off the hook, and our other tow truck is headed back to get Levesque, I believe.
Yeah, that's where the other tow truck is going, as we're going to see. There it is right there. Going to try and get Ian Levesque, as we see the front left of Levesque's car not in great shape at all. I'm not a big car guy, but I think I know that the tires are not supposed to look like that.
If your tire looks like that, we have a problem. But yes, these cars, just like in a crash on the road, if you're driving your Cobalt or your Sunfire down the road and you hit something, that's probably what's going to happen. So same on the racetrack. But the safety equipment in these cars is definitely more up to snuff, because we are running them full out. So safety crew, again, is doing a great job here, getting everybody off the track. As race control looks like they are starting to line everybody up on the front stretch, so that is a good start. They're lining up the field on the front stretch. Safety crew is finishing up their job of getting the cars off the track, and then they'll do some cleanup. So they're doing a great job of getting this all done as quickly as possible under red flag conditions. Made sure to throw that red fast enough that everybody was able to get out there, and they were able to do that as safely as possible without anybody else ending up into that mess. So,
as we got some time from what we could see as the cars are getting towed off the track, all the drivers look to be in good spirits as well. They might be
maybe not good spirits, but they're okay. They're
okay.
Physically okay.
They're physically okay, but yes, they might.
They are in better condition than their car is.
Correct. Yes, they might end up with some bumps and bruises after everything settles, but nonetheless, everybody looks like they're able to get out of their cars under their own power and do that, which is great. Again, the safety crew here at Delaware Speedway does a great job to get out there as fast and as safely as possible to make sure that the drivers are safe and are alert and coherent, and if there needs to be any medical attention, they get it right away. Again, kudos to the safety crew here as we see the cars lining up on the front stretch here. The safety crew out of one, just into two, still doing some cleanup there. still under the red flag conditions. Does this do anything to a driver's mindset, having to kind of sit in red flag conditions, or is it just kind of we've been in it before, we're just gonna, once we get back to racing, we're right back to where we were before this happened?
No, it is nicer because it is a little bit cooler. If this was a really hot day, it would be torturous at this point. But think of it this way, you're in kind of a nice little cocoon in your car. It's a little bit warm. But at the same time, these guys have now run almost their scheduled distance. So it is kind of nice because they are able to take a little bit of a break, get their mindset ready, and hopefully go green here soon.
All right, so we'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Collins Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Collins Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. Still under red flag conditions after an incident out of turn 1 into turn 2. Cars starting to line up on the front stretch as race control is starting to get everybody back in order. We are back under yellow. Cars are going to get moving here as we're going to have 18 laps left in this 40-lap feature in the bone stock division. And still to come, the King of the Hill spectator races as well. And yeah, so far, we've had somewhat of a good night of racing here, Kate. And kind of tell us what your thoughts are so far throughout the night.
So it's been a good night so far. We had a great V8 stock race. This race is going pretty well for most drivers. Some of them will disagree with me. But we are going to get reset here, and we're going to get rolling back to green flag racing. It looks like the 78 of Justin Culver is still sitting in the 4th spot with the 03 of Matt Langford right behind him. Justin got loose. It looked like Matt Langford may have tapped the back of him, and everybody kind of checked up behind. So they were able to keep rolling, so they remained in their position. So Charlie Verhoeven with Fothergill on the outside. I think Colin Wilms is in the 3rd spot, Justin Culver. Then Donovan Clark, Matt Langford, Chris Lawrence, Sterling Roberts, Conrad Julian, Jason Craig round out your top 10. Going to 1 lap to go. Lights are off. The pace car, we've got 18 laps to go in this race.
That's right. As they're down the back, the pace car will drop off the track as it exits turn 3. And then the field will go into 4 and come to the front straight and look to the flag stand for that green flag to get in the air. It's Verhoeven and Fothergill, the front row. Verhoeven gonna lead the field to the line. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing here at Delaware Speedway. Fothergill with a great push on the outside. He's able to get a good jump, but Verhoeven able to stick with them. As they now, Fothergill trying to pull away. He's into 3, coming out of 3 into 4. He's going to look to have a good corner exit here on the outside. He stays on the outside. He will have the lead across the stripe. 17 to go. It's Fothergill, Verhoeven, Culver, Langford, and Wilms, the top 5 here. But don't count out the 6th spot of the 52 Donovan Clark, as he's in just as well there. You see him, a 3-car battle there for about 5th spot. As we see Fothergill able to stay in the lead, Verhoeven doing his best to try and stay with them and keep that distance very short. As we go down the back out of turn 2, Verhoeven on the inside tries to get side by side. Fothergill gets a push into the turn 3, but out of 3, Fothergill gets a little squirrely out of 3, but keeps it straight. Verhoeven stays in behind him. He doesn't try to make the move at this particular point of the race. We'll see if it comes a little bit later. Fothergill trying to distance himself as they come out of 2 down the back. Verhoeven, single file behind him. We get a replay here. Kate, take us through it.
Yeah, it looks like the 8 of Verhoeven gets in there and gets into the back of Fothergill. Fothergill keeps it straight, though, coming out of the corner. Great driving by the 33 of Paul Fothergill.
That's, again, Fothergill, the veteran presence on the track, just to stay calm and composed in behind that wheel and keep them straight as we go out of 3 into 4. Coming to the front stretch, it's going to be 13 to go this time by Verhoeven on the inside, Fothergill on the outside. Fothergill still having the lead into turn 1. It'll be single file for the leaders as Verhoeven's going to try and make that pass on the inside at some point. It looks like down the back he'll stay single file going into turn 3. Fothergill still in the lead, Verhoeven on his tail. Out of 4, here come down the front stretch. It's going to be 12 to go at the line. Still single file. It's Justin Culver in 3rd. He's trying to get himself into that picture of trying to get to top spot as well. Still Fothergill and Verhoeven. Bumper to bumper here, front to back. Single file into 3, coming out of 3. Into turn 4, out of 4, Verhoeven has a good corner exit, but Fothergill just able to keep himself in the lead. As now we're side by side, Verhoeven out of 2 down the back. Can he have some good corner exit? He does, and he's able to pull ahead of Fothergill for now. Corner entry into 3, still Verhoeven on the inside. He's able to get corner exit very well out of 4, and he's gonna now lead across the stripe. It's 10 to go.
And it looks like there's going to be a pass there for 3rd as well in the right side of your screen. Looks like Donovan Clark is overtaken Justin Culver, and Wilms is jumping on that train. And Matt Langford's like, don't count me out, I'm coming with you.
That's right, as Culver is now on the high side. Coming around, you see on the bottom right of your screen, and it's going to be Wilms and Langford trying to run that train on the low side of Culver to try and make that pass. And now Langford's going to be like, no, I'm going to try and make it 3 wide here going into turn 3. My goodness, what racing we have here down the front stretch. Matt Langford thinks better of it as he drops in behind Wilms, and now it's more single file. Wilms still on the inside trying to give that pass of Culver. This is a great battle here. Wilms able to get a nose ahead of Culver. Culver on corner exit down the back, has some good speed straight away. As we go 3 wide here, it's Fothergill. Sorry, that's Culver. And the 03 of Langford and the 17 of Wilms doing a great battle here.
We did also have a 3 wide using the 59 of Cassie Howard as a pick, and it looks like Donovan Clark was able to overtake Paul Fothergill. Jumping into that 2nd spot, Fothergill falls to 3rd.
As we see here, bumper to bumper traffic as we come down across the line. It's 6 to go. As it's Charlie Verburn still leading the race. But
Charlie Verhoeven.
Verhoeven, sorry. As we still get a look, it's still Wilms, Culver, and the 03 of Matt Langford still in this 3-way battle. As this is, I think, by far one of the best battles on the track so far.
Yeah, the battle with Wilms, Culver, and Langford has been good, and Sterling Roberts says, hey, don't forget about me. I'd like to join this party. So that puts it all the way down to the top 7 being in the mix of swapping positions on the track. The 03 goes to the inside of the 78 of Culver.
As that's Langford on the inside, as you mentioned, Kate, as they're side by side. Culver now going to use some lap traffic as a pick. Langford tries to get around that lap traffic as well, does so in his single file in behind Culver. Now that they're past the lap traffic, Langford drops back down to the inside. He's going to try and do his thing. It's Charlie Verhoeven, as we get him on our screen, leading the way by a huge lap. It's 3 to go here, and Verhoeven's just got to maneuver lap traffic and stay straight, and it looks pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's been stout this whole race. Paul Fothergill gave him a little bit of run. I don't know if maybe that used up a little bit more of his car than he wanted to, but he's sitting in 3rd, and he's had a great run tonight too. Donovan Clark slides into that 2nd position off of a great restart. So Donovan Clark has been strong. Like I said, this top 10 has been unbelievable this race so far.
That's right, Verhoeven making some more passing of lap traffic. It's 1 to go at the line. He's just got to go around this half mile once more. He's out of 1 into 2, and now he's down the back one final time. He's just got to keep it straight, but there's a caution on the track as there's a car out of 3 going into 4. It's sideways. That's the 71.
We got ourselves a race. It was all over.
The 71 of H of Jennifer Hatch, I do believe, is the car that went around. So now with 1 to go, it's going to be a restart here. My goodness, this is going to make one heck of a finish here in the Bone Stock division.
Now, we talked about it last week because most of the time, last year they would have gone green, white, checkered. I see 2 laps on the board, which would be a green, white, checkered. Last week, though, we just went green, checkered. So I'm hoping for a green, white, checkered.
As we, as the 71 is able to get straightened up as the safety crew is on the front stretch. Maybe a little bit of debris there. As we get a look at the 8 of Charlie Verhoeven, he was gone. Not anybody in his rear view mirror, but now he's going to have tons of cars in his rear view mirror as they have to make a restart here after this caution.
So it will be green, white, checkered. Just got the nod from race control up here. I think Charlie Verhoeven has to remember Paul Fothergill is always good on a start. On a restart.
Yeah, so
but Donovan Clark was also really good on the last restart. So we'll see if everybody behaves.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be. It's
going to be one slip up that can change anything, whether it's on purpose or not. It can change everything in this field. But I'm hoping for just an unreal 2x2 green, white, checker. Who's going to take it?
That's right, as the white flag is in the air. Last lap under caution. The lights are off the pace car here at Delaware Speedway. The field is doubled up. It'll be 2 laps to go once the green flag is back in the air. It's Verhoeven leading the way. The 52 of Donovan Clark in 2nd. Fothergill in 3rd. Colin Wilms in 4th. And then it's Justin Culver rounding out the top 5. My goodness, you can pick who you want. It's going to be a heck of a race as they come out of 4, look into the flag stand, and the green flag is in the air. We're green flag racing here. We'll see Charlie Verhoeven still with a slight lead on the inside, and he gets great corner exit out of 2 down the back, and he is going to try and distance himself here as Fothergill tries to go to the inside. Donovan Clark makes a good block.
That outside line had a great start. The 17 of Wilms as well as Matt Langford also had a great start. The 78 of Justin Culver slides back into 6th.
Last time around here It's Charlie Verhoeven looking for the checkered flags. He's into 3, he's out of 3. Coming into turn 4, he's out of 4 down the front. He is gonna come through. Charlie Verhoeven takes the checkered flag. Donovan Clark, Paul Fothergill, Colin Williams, and Matt Langford round out the top 5. What a race for Verhoeven there in the 8 car. He was on rails tonight, and he comes away with the checkered flag.
Finishing out the top 10 is the in 6th place is the 78 of Justin Culver, the 15 of Sterling Roberts, the 27 of Conrad Julian, the 97D of David Rockwood, and 40 of Jason Craig. Round out your top 10 for this 40-lap race. But here comes the 8, the winner, Charlie Verhoeven.
Yeah, Charlie Verhoeven, an absolute rocket on the racetrack tonight as he pulls into victory lane. He will get all his protective equipment off and out of the car as he gets to celebrate a feature win here tonight at Delaware Speedway. And still to come is the King of the King of the Hill, sorry. Not ring, we're on track. It's a little bit of mix up of my sports, of my entertainment. It's King of the Hill here, spectator races. I haven't seen any cars come in yet, but they're probably lined up, waiting to come in. Here he goes, he's out of his car, and we'll send it down to Jordan Mosley.
Take me through that feature.
Oh man, I thought we had it a couple times there, and 1 lap to go, caution comes out. Car was there all night. I got to thank my team. You know, they've been there all year helping us out. And yeah, happy to be here, happy to get it done tonight.
How much fun is it racing with how competitive this class is?
Oh, it's crazy. When you get this many cars out on the track, it's unreal, but to be able to bring home a dub, that's awesome.
Donovan Clark with an excellent run, brings it home here in the left toe bone stocks.
That's Charlie Verhoeven, the winner of the Bone Stock feature. We'll be back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Drinks all around.
Charlie, get up here.
The rules have changed.
Final destination, Bloodlines.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. The biggest events of the summer are rolling into Delaware Speedway. The intense battles of the Dayco Super Stocks and the APC Series late models on June 27th and 28th. The action never stops. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at DelawareSpeedway.com and be a part of the thrill. We just finished 2 great feature races of the V8 stocks and the Bone stocks, and now it is the King of the Hill spectator races as we see some cars pulling into a pit lane. Kate, take us through the King of the Hill spectator race. What can we expect here tonight?
Well, you never know what to expect, but we are going to go head-to-head, 2 cars at a time. Fastest moves on, slowest one, you're out. And we are going to keep going until we have 2 left. So everybody's rolling in now. The first 2 are already lined up. Oh, it looks like the Lego truck is here.
The Lego truck is back. I see 1 minivan
We got 40 bucks up for grabs. We haven't seen any yet.
There is one minivan here. We got some underglow of the orange, I believe that's a Camaro, Chevy Camaro. There's a nice looking car there, a Corvette. All right, well, we have some time. Let's send it down to the third member of our crew, Jeremy McGrady.
Thank you so much, Kyle, and I'm joined here by Patreon Rob. He's got his car out here. He's going to be lined up first here for this King of the Hill. Now, Rob, have you ever put your car in this type of event before?
Yes, I have. This is my second time in 1 year.
Okay, and talk to me, obviously, not being out here regularly like most of these other drivers, but what's going to be the key for you getting out here and running on this track?
Getting into the corners fast and coming out without wrecking.
Perfect, thank you so much. Back up to Kyle and Kate.
Thanks, Jeremy, as we still are awaiting everybody that has entered the King of the Hill event. As, oh, I see a second minivan, I believe, coming through. So we have two. We have two minivans. Yes, that is.
I'm not sure who's more excited, you or the in-house announcer, Jamie, who I think said minivan over 20 times today. So,
I do. It ended up in the wall in the back.
We'll have to wait and see what minivan comes out victorious, if they do. There's a lot of...
We did hear from one driver. He did say without wrecking, so that's the key.
Yeah, and we'll throw it right back down to Jeremy as he's got some more intel.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm here with Shane. He's got himself his GMC car here. Now, Shane, talk to me about your truck, and it's made a lot of Lego.
Yeah, it's a 1986 GMC 3/4 ton that I've kind of souped up a little bit just for this. The Lego is just because it was better looking and cheaper than the original dash. After I got my seat, I was like, that looks pretty nice, but then that looks even nicer. Yeah, art shows with kids, play with Lego with them. And I love this racing. Love it.
Now, obviously, you've done this in here before. What's going to be the key for you with this old machine trying to get yourself the win here for the King of the Hill?
All gas, no brakes.
I like the sound of that. Send it back up to Kyle and Kate upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy. That is quite the thought. All gas, no brakes. For King of the Hill, I guess that's what you got to do. You got one lap around this track to try and keep yourself in it. As we get the first two cars coming around to the start-finish line.
All I know is if you are going all gas, no brakes, well, we're going to be entertained.
I believe this black car is an Acura of some sort. Hello, Tanner, send it, is what is written on the side of this car. Whoever Tanner may be, they say hello to you in this car, in the King of the Hill. And we got a silver car here trying to see what we got. The safety crew getting them to the start-finish line. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. There it is. Safety crew getting off the track. And once the light goes green, these cars are going to be off. First race, King of the Hill. There we go. The black Acura is coming into turn one. He's pretty good at it. Looking pretty speedy, keeping control. Going high out of turn two, down the back. And this isn't much of a race at all, as the Acura is far and away gonna come through with this victory and move on here. Takes the checkered flag. Race one goes to the Acura, the Hello Tanner banner.
Well, it said send it, so I assumed it was gonna send it.
It went a full send. Full send on that one. And now we got, this is a distraction, I think. This truck's got police lights on it. So are they gonna try and make the other car pull over? I don't know. Is that a strategy, you think, in this King of the Hill?
I don't know. We got one guy that's sending it to the next round and the other guy home. And now we've got Mr. I'm gonna pull you over.
Gray hatchback, second row back.
Yeah, so a GMC truck. And we're gonna throw it down to Jeremy here quick.
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm joined by a former member of the Rogers TV volunteer family here in Mitchell. And Mitchell, you got yourself on here in your Subaru here. You got yourself helmet, race set. You ready to go for this King of the Hill?
Absolutely, I'm ready to go.
And then obviously getting ready for this. You ready to rock and roll? You got this thing souped up and ready?
No, I had it tuned the other day. Everything's running the way how it should be. I'm experienced on this track and I'm ready to take home that trophy.
Perfect. It sounds like a good victory for us, and I'll send it back up to Kate and Kyle for more.
Thank you, Jeremy. We got a black Honda and then a GMC truck with its cop lights on. Fitting for first responders night here at Delaware Speedway.
Maybe it is a first responder.
Maybe, you never know. As they are now, oh, I think they're getting told to kill, yeah, they just got told to kill the lights as we want a fair race. Green light is on. Some squealing of the tires. It's the black Honda that takes the early lead.
Now flick the lights on. Pull them over.
Yeah, right. Hey, that could be the strategy.
Should have kept the lights on. Put them on now. Put them on now.
There it is as the black Honda is pulling away from here. And looks like they will cruise to victory and put themselves into the next round of the King of the Hill tournament. The truck doesn't even want to finish. They're done, so they don't even cross the start-finish line. They just pull themselves right into pit road.
He should have turned on the lights. He pulled himself over.
Pulls himself over. And next up, it looks like the Lego truck is going to be up against the Pontiac Vibe, I think. That looks like a Pontiac Vibe to me.
So this guy's a regular. Okay?
I love the Lego truck. Definitely a regular for King of the Hill.
Look at this truck. Have you ever seen that truck around London? The whole dashboard has a Lego set on it.
As we get ready here.
That wasn't a joke. I'm serious, man. That guy plays with his Lego at stoplights. You know what we're missing is when I see him in the crowd.
Yeah, and the next silver Pontiac Vibe gonna take on the Lego truck here. We'll see who becomes victorious out of this heat. Up to the start finish line they go. There he is. To the line we go. There it is. As we wait for the safety crew to get off the track. There we go. Green light is on.
I think I just overheard that it is Connor Pritico. Used to run a late model here full time, still runs in the APC, is running in the silver vehicle. He is taking on the Lego truck. He did not leave a lot of room, so I think he forgot that this isn't his late model. This is like an everyday car.
Yeah, because if you crash this, insurance is definitely void. Because when you have to put in the claim, how did this get wrecked? I raced it at Delaware. King of the Hill, they're probably not going to pay you out. So
I think he should just stop with I'm a race car driver.
And now we're going to throw it down to Jeremy as we see the Pontiac Vibe take that victory. Jeremy, what do you got for it?
Thank you so much, Kyle. I'm joined now by James in the Honda Odyssey. A pair of vans going to be racing here at King of the Hill. Talk to me, your first time running this van here in King of the Hill. What's going to be the key?
I have no idea. I'm going to be a little bit nervous. I'm going to try and stay on the inside and beat the other van.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan. We'll send it back up to Kyle and Kate for more.
Thank you, Jeremy. As we get ready for this, it's a Chevrolet.
I think it's Camaro.
Nice looking car. Gonna be. White car is a Camaro. Taking on the Underglow. Another. What is the Underglow doing here?
It's another Camaro. I think he was trying to do a burnout and
failed miserably, or as we got the battle of Camaros here. Safety crew's like, hey, let's get that. There it is. Yeah, finally get to the start.
So white Camaro versus orange Camaro with Underglow. Does your Underglow make you faster? We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Great start from the Underglow himself, and into turn one. Not a lot of speed. The white Camaro out of two, looking like he's got great corner exit down the back. That is a drag race down the back between these Camaros. My goodness, into three. The white Camaro has better corner exit, and he will leave the Underglow in the dust and take home the victory.
So
Moving
underglow
on.
will make you fast on the straightaway, but not able to corner.
That's what we saw here as the white Camaro goes on. Now we got a Corvette, a nice blue Corvette, going to take on a white sedan, but those gold rims might give it. Oh, sorry, that's the next in line. After this one,
you got too excited. We're one ahead.
So we got a souped up Subaru, maybe?
I believe that's a Subaru.
And then yeah, Subaru on the outside. Inside. On the outside is the pickup truck. Subaru is definitely faster off the start.
Well, I heard it had numbers, so it had to be faster by the track announcers, so maybe that's what we'll go with.
Yeah, well, you saw the actual race cars have numbers and they go fast, so you put numbers on your car, it gives you plus 10 points, maybe.
Oh,
the
no!
truck! The truck
is in the
infield. The truck definitely blew it. Looks like it blew a tire. The way it's sitting, it does not look like all 4 tires. We got a replay here. Let's take a look.
Oh no!
Yeah, that front right tire is not looking too good.
I hope they came with a buddy, because they might need a ride home.
Yeah, hey, there's tow trucks here. They might be able to get one of them to tow it home. Here we go. We got the Corvette and these gold rims might make this white sedan faster. I don't know, but I think the Corvette is going to have this one, potentially.
Yeah, not fast enough.
You can come down here and try and pop up there and talk.
I bet you this one's over well before they get to turn one. Well, I know Steve isn't going to look. Either that or the guy in the Corvette supposer, one of the two. We'll find out.
No, we are under red flag conditions at the moment as we're getting the pickup truck dealt with.
There's a lot of spectators from the infield that are down there looking at the carnage of this poor truck.
Yeah, because I don't know if that truck is going to be drivable. They're going to try it. No, he's got it moving.
It's rolling.
I've seen a couple guys hit the wall like kicking it. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, a flat tire. That's true. You know, at least Steve's probably saying, well, you know, at least it's not electric.
I think that tire
the tire
popped
is off the rim.
I think the tire popped right off the rim.
Yeah, the tire's not on, it's just off the rim.
As we got green light here.
Steve McCaw is in that blue Camaro on the outside.
Oh,
He's raced lots of laps here at Delaware.
That doesn't seem fair. He's very well versed in this track and in a very fast Corvette. This sedan's not going out without a fight, but
washed up the track there.
Blue Corvette comes away with the checkered flag there.
It was a great run by Steve. So I think he's got some more speed in him. He got caught sleeping.
It looks like here we're going to start the second round because I believe the Send It High Tanner mobile is going to be back out on the track here.
I think we still have a couple rows to go. I do see a pair of white pickup trucks and then minivans, so.
Just looks like this black car coming around was the one that was in one of the first races in the first round.
May very well have been.
It is. It's the Hello Tanner Send It.
They may have had to line up because the car on the inside hasn't run yet.
Right.
So May just trying to line up a few more cars together because we ran out. So, Hello Tanner Send It wants to run again.
See if he can send it for a second straight time here. And here we go. And it looks like the silver two-door is gonna come down the back, separate a little bit further.
I think that's Jordan Morris in an Acura.
And he comes around and will take the checkered flag. As we continue the King of the Hill spectator races here. Up next, it looks like a pair of white pickup trucks will take their turn. One pickup truck. Oh, here we get a look at the at some crew trying to help jack up the truck and see if they can get this tire fixed. Yeah, what crew is going to have the proper parts for this truck to try and fix itself to get back home? He's on the phone. The driver of the truck is on the phone trying to figure something out right now.
We got lots of people who are mechanically inclined here.
There is 2 more pickup trucks coming, hoping to not do what that guy did.
Yeah, there's a 2-door white, and then the 4-door Chevy Silverado looks pretty shiny. Let's see what they can do. As the safety crew is getting them up to the start-finish line.
We got the Chevy or GMC on the inside, and then the mini Chevy on the outside. We got the Colorado, or the Canyon, or
it's a Chevy Silverado on the inside, and then green light on, and it's the full-size truck, we'll call it, coming
for now. But we don't know what cornering's gonna do.
Cornering looks like a little bit of a weak spot for the Silverado. Corner exit down the back. He's gonna try and gain some speed, and a little bit of a break going on here.
well, they found the brakes way early.
They're both braking hard, and the small pickup truck able to get some corner exit. Here we go. Out of 4 comes the truck, the mini white truck, and we'll take the checkered flag.
I think big truck was trying to play with little truck and
cost him. Cost him in the end. You can't. Oh, here we go. The tire is now fully off the truck that went bouncing into the infield, jacked up there. So now
maybe they're gonna try and pop it back onto the rim.
Maybe. We'll see what kind of equipment they have down there with one of these race cars still here. And here it is. Jamie Mosley's favorite thing, Battle of the Minivans. Here we go.
We've even got a split screen of some minivans.
Split screen minivan action here.
We've got an Odyssey.
Here we go, and yeah, the Honda Odyssey, and I think that could be a Caravan of some sort. Dodge Caravan is the red minivan.
Town and country in the outside. We're going to do 2 out of 3 rounds. We collected another $20 up to $60 for the fastest minivan on property.
Here we go. So the safety crew here is telling them it's best 2 out of 3. The second one, you're going to flip sides here, and then as we hear, $60 is the pot for the fastest minivan on track, and the red minivan gets a great start off the line into turn 1, out of 1 into 2. Great corner exit down the back.
I think the Town and Country is gonna take this one over the Odyssey.
Take round 1. It's best 2 out of 3 here for see who the fastest van is.
Unless somebody starts hitting some hops in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it by a margin, the Town and Country takes round 1 of the best 2 out of 3 match to see who comes away as the fastest minivan of the King of the Hill spectator races.
bring these guys back again.
So now the Town and Country will then now go to the inside. The Odyssey on the outside. See if it's going to be a clean sweep for the Town and Country, or does the Odyssey... Why do we have extra cars on the track here? I think they got sent out a little earlier. They're late additions to the...
These two just don't.
No.
So the guy in the orange and the yellow suit pointing for you to go down pit road. That means go down pit road.
So
we have 2 extra cars on the track. They're trying to take them back to pit road because they forgot, I think, when they were sending cars at the exiting part of pit road that we had to wait, so.
False start here, false start on the vans. Light was not green. They'll back themselves up here.
Well, they had a little bit of a delay due to the fact that we had some extra vehicles on the track.
Here we go. Those extra cars are now off the track. Safety crew over the wall. Green light is on. And the Town and Country again, a great start on the inside, going into turn 1. Good braking power there, gets good corner exit. Out of 2 and gonna go down the back. Try to pick up some speed here, distance himself. As the Town and Country brakes early going into 3. Odyssey trying to close the gap, might not do it. And the Town and Country comes out of 4. With speed and takes the checkered flag.
And $60 to put in the gas tank.
That's right. There you go. $60 to fill up some of your gas tank on the way home. And now we're 3 wide here. Are we going 3? We're not going 3 wide.
No, they pulled out the 2 cars that they had sent originally to the outside. Don't get too excited. We are not going 3 wide. Did we see what just happened to that truck?
Oh, here we go. The 2 cars that went out early are now going for their race now. Imagine King of the Hill 3 wide.
No. I don't wanna.
Like, it's pretty hairy when the actual racing divisions go 3 wide, and they're somewhat professional in it because they've done it before.
There's a lot of track out here, but I think I would brace for anything bad to go happen or anything bad to happen. And how are they gonna get home?
Yeah, that is fair.
I mean, unless you brought a buddy.
Well, but if they have significant
and you can
others,
at least limp it to the parking lot and maybe call your CAA.
Yeah, but if they have significant others and they damage a car, imagine having to tell your significant other, hey, by the way, our everyday car is no longer drivable.
How would that go for you?
Not very well. We're back here with King of the Hill Racing, and it's a black 2-door coupe. It's a black Honda, just pulling away with speed out of 2 down the back. As they go into 3. Great speed. Oh, washing a little high out of 3 into 4, but keeps composed, and they will come away with the victory and keep themselves in the King of the Hill race.
We haven't seen a guy with the talent. He did not make it. I think his name's Kevin. We've got a guy who shows up and he's got like a 1992, maybe 93 talent. And he brings his tuning computer with him and sits it on the passenger seat.
So we got a white Camaro and the white Subaru, the 033. The numbers might make it faster. The spoiler might add some speed there too. A split screen of the next battle coming up for King of the Hill. This white Camaro beat out the orange Underglow Camaro earlier on in the night.
We had one. There was the one minivan that showed up with the numbers on it. It was running out of gas, so somebody ran out with some racing fuel and tossed it in the back.
As we get to the line, Camaro is set.
My favorite minivan story by far. We'll get the Camaro and the
Subaru who wants to start nice and close to the wall.
Yeah, that's quite the...
racy.
Yeah. Here we go. Safety crew gonna hop over the inside wall. There he goes, and green light is on. Subaru gets a great start off the line. We'll see what they can do into the corner here. As they're out of 2 down the back. Subaru. Corner exit. Little high does. Little tire screech at the line. Subaru. He drives a Subaru. Why don't you? As we. As. As the.
So we're getting word though that we think that that's got launch control.
So. Does it have to go through? Is there should be tech. There should be tech for King of the Hill. Every car should have to.
No, that's called bone stock racing.
As we got the Corvette now back on the track.
Steve McCaw's back, and I think he's going up against Jordan Morris.
So 2 very experienced drivers here for this lap around the track. Yes, get to the line.
We think that it might be Jordan Morris. We're waiting for them to confirm down below, but Steve McCaw is definitely in the blue Corvette.
Safety crew hops over the inside wall. Green light is on, and the Corvette jumps off the line very quickly. Breaks into turn 1, out of turn 1 into turn 2, out of 2 down the back stretch.
It's loose.
A little bit loose around out of 2. So that gives the Corvette enough to come away out of 4 down the front stretch. And
the Infinity was real loose, but saved it.
Yeah, saved it is right. As the blue Corvette definitely gets, we got to look at it here. Kate, take us through it.
Yeah, it just comes out of turn 2 real loose, but is able to save it. Good job in the Infinity. Way to keep that one on the racetrack and off the wall.
Okay, so the wheel pickup truck coming back for its second race.
Yeah. Mini pickup truck taking on the black coupe. Believe it is a Honda of some sort.
And I believe the Infinity just pulled into the over by the Jordan Morris pit, so I think that was a pretty good call that was probably Jordan Morris.
There it is. As we looks like they're getting a tire back on that truck. As we get back to racing King of the Hill here. Little high does that little truck go into the corner.
Yes, it is, though. No, not an official race.
Well, we got 3 quarters of the way around really turning up caution lights. So,
yeah,
they thought they were doing it.
So caution lights out. They're going to restart here. Hopefully the car stops. No! Both of them.
Oh, goodness. That was close.
Yeah, they want...
One more time around and they'll explain it again.
As we get a look here.
You can't go till you see green.
That was close.
That was very close. Just some damage. But hey, as we're waiting for those cars to come back around,
it looks like
the tire
we got
is
the tire
fixed.
back on.
That's a...
We have the tire back on it, but I'm not sure that his suspension's going to be real happy.
Yeah, his suspension might be a little bit...
He's at least going to get home, but then he might have a lot of suspension parts that need to be fixed. That had a mad hop.
Here we go, trying to get them to the line. There it is.
Okay. All right, let's try this again.
Yeah, try this again. Green light. Oh, the safety crew giving them. Oh, safety crew is definitely giving them a stern talking to, because
You can tell he's one of Daryl's disciples down there.
wait till the light's green. There it is. Green light is on. Safety crew is off the track.
Just reminding them that when the light is yellow and they're standing on the track, please slow down. They don't want to be hit.
Exactly.
I don't think they're going to win over a speeding car on a racetrack.
No.
Colorado was doing there. He's having a heck of a time getting off turn 2.
The Civic here looks very comfortable out of 4 and will take the checkered flag. This will count. It's an official race now. The green light stayed on the whole time.
Yeah, all proceeds of King of the Hill go to charity, except the guy with the red minivan. He's got $60 in his pocket.
All right, here we go. That red minivan is $60 richer. Now he's just going to try and go for the King of the Hill crown altogether. He's going to be driving against the Subaru here.
The Subaru with the auto launch.
Yeah.
So good luck. Good luck, minivan. Can you beat auto launch?
We'll wait and see. Hearing the crowd giving the roars for the minivan. Town and Country is going to come in and take the inside line. Subaru will then line up outside. See exactly what happens here in this one.
Yeah, stop right there, Subaru. Stop. There we go.
Making the Subaru wait.
Safety crew going to go to the Subaru and just... All right.
The fans are okay with it. That's what we want. That's what the fans want.
There we go. Light is green. And the Subaru, doesn't matter where he started. It was...
Here's the skinny. The guy in the minivan still won more money racing here tonight than you did, okay?
Subaru is
Maybe the Subaru should have started at the restart code.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think where it started was going to make a difference here.
Yeah, but they might be even on the backstretch.
You might be right. You never know. The Subaru, even giving the van a head start, will take that race there. So now we're down to this. This tire is getting more airtime on this King of the Hill event than I think a lot of the cars that are actually racing. They did get the tire back on the rim, it looks like. So
I still want to see it roll. I still want to see it drive and see if it's got a mean hop or what it might sound like.
We get a replay of it.
Here's why we are looking at that tire. Hop, hop, hop.
And finally comes the rest on the infield.
Now, I will say, if there was any place for that tire to hop and land, the infield was way better than the wall.
Correct. Here we go. It's the Corvette taking on the Honda Civic. Winner of this will then take on the Subaru in the finals of the King of the Hill event.
Civic on the inside, get right on the Honda.
And there it goes. Corvette absolutely launching off the start-finish line.
Steve must have not done any drag racing in his life. Oh, wow.
And the Corvette leaving the competition in the dust out of 4, and will take home the checkered flag on this one. And put himself into the finals. We got the Corvette taking on the Subaru here in what I believe is a best 2 of 3 final to see who gets crowned King of the Hill for tonight.
And we'll get Jordan to introduce our combatants here in the final. Get a quick word with them. See how confident they are. I want to know if Steve was practicing his starts between the second and the third round, because he definitely got better at it.
So, Corvette versus Subaru.
Don't know where this car that just got beat out is going to go.
Keep the Corvette, send the other guy around.
Not sure.
He thinks he's going to rematch
No,
here.
we'll send him around. He lost. He lost.
He lost. He's out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One and done.
One and done until the finals here. Now it's going to be best 2 out of 3. Corvette, Subaru.
Jordan, why don't you go meet our drivers here real quick before we get going? We got the fastest 2-3 racers on property here tonight. Did you guys figure it out a little better after the first round there? Nah, it's still going a little bit tight. We're working on it. How about the guy on the outside here with the numbers? I want to know what the right side's going.
Corvette's worth. That's what I want to know.
Here? Yeah, and I have a trophy to prove it.
There you go. You getting another one here tonight?
Guess we'll find out.
Confident there in the outside.
He might have the trophy to prove it, but he don't have the $60 to prove it, does he?
This should be interesting. Corvette, Subaru.
We'll see here. Green light is on. It's a pretty even start. Corvette jumps out to the early lead. Out of 2, down the back.
For the horsepower that is in that Corvette, the Subaru is hanging in there.
There goes. The Corvette takes round 1. Got to win another one to be crowned King of the Hill tonight.
I think the Corvette's got a pretty good shot, but he'll be starting on the outside.
Okay, that's not a demo for the dealership. Okay.
Well, actually, that's Dana.
Dana's right.
Yeah, that's not T.
She would have been faster.
Yeah.
She would definitely have paid attention to the lights.
That'd be embarrassing.
All right, as they switch lines now, the Corvette going to the outside, Subaru now to the inside. Subaru's got to win to stay in and force a third and deciding round. Corvette pulls it off here, gets crowned King of the Hill for tonight. So we'll see what happens here. They're on the line, safety crew up over the inside wall, and green light is on, and the Corvette again, huge jump going into turn 1, and by the looks of things, I think the Corvette's going to cruise to victory.
I think the Corvette's going to take King of the Hill tonight.
Out of 3 and out of 4 down the front, and without a doubt, the Corvette takes the checkered flag and takes home the title of King of the Hill for what is, I believe, the first one of the season here at Delaware Speedway.
Good job hanging in there for the Subaru, but the horsepower in that Corvette, too much to handle.
There we go, as they go side by side, give each other the thumbs up. Good sports about it.
Steve McCaw's gonna pull the Corvette into victory lane.
Somewhere where he's pulled his vehicle once or twice before.
Yep.
There he is. Winner, King of the Hill. Blue Corvette. Does he open the door or does he just climb out the window?
$60.
Oh, he opens the door. He opens the door. Easier way to get out of the car for sure. And we'll send it down to Jordan Mosley.
Steve, another one to add to the trophy shelf here. What's that mean?
That's good. That's a lot of fun. I've never done this before. My wife, this is her car, so she told me this afternoon I could do this and I wanted. So it was kind of cool. Thanks, babe.
Steve McCaw bringing it down to Pennzoil Victory Lane and something else here. How'd it be?
So that's the end of the King of the Hill. We'll be right back with more Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're gonna tour some amazing backyards, we're gonna meet up with some great folks, and we're gonna cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet. Another night here done at Delaware Speedway. We're going to send it down to Jeremy McGrady to get his final thoughts on what he thought the night brought.
Thank you so much, Kyle. A great night of racing yet again here from the half mile here at Delaware Speedway. King of the Hill, exciting as always with the two minivans. Credit, of course, to Steve McCaw winning King of the Hill. Not even close to be able to win that one. And then the V8s, again, just a magical run by Barry Watson. And then the Bone Stocks, another great feature race as well. Great night of racing. Send it back up to the Freelbirds for their final thoughts.
Thanks so much, Jeremy, as we get a final look at the truck that went for a couple bounces into the infield. That tire is back on, so we'll see how it rolls out of Delaware Speedway. Again, Kate, great night of racing. We had a 40-lap feature race for the Bone Stocks, and then the normal 25-lap feature for the V8 Stocks. Kind of give us your final thoughts on how the night went.
It's a great night of racing. We can't wait to be back here next Friday night. Everybody's rolling out, and I think it's about time for us to roll out too.
That's right. For myself, Kyle Friel, Caitlin Friel, Jeremy McGrady down in the pits, and everybody that was a part of this broadcast, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, brought to you by Ray Collins Chevrolet.
All right, I have caught up backstage with Chili Brown, Moondog, Ethan Dukes, and Ahmed. How are you boys feeling going into this match?
Feeling pretty good, you know. I know Vikram's feeling a little scared right now because London's true hometown heroes here. And I know Moondog's always feeling good.
Now, Ahmed, how are you feeling being paired up with these two guys?
Banchoda.
Okay, no idea what that means, but Chili, I need you to do me a favor.
Yeah.
I need you to put a couple marks on Vikram for me.
Oh, I could definitely do that. I will do that. I guarantee you Vikram will come out hurting tonight, just for London.
Okay, Moondog.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking forward to this match.
10 minutes.
Introducing first, representing KPK, weighing 180 pounds, from Pakistan, Ahmed. And he is accompanied to the ring by KPK member Haroon. And his partner. Make his way to the ring, weighing 240 pounds, from Windsor, Ontario, the Moondog, Ethan Dukes. And their partner.
Lane.
Make his way to the ring, from London, Ontario, weighing 190 pounds, Chili Brown.
Folks, we are in the German Club, London, Ontario, a huge six-man tag match to determine the main event tonight. The winning team going on to face each other for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship.
Now we've got some mismatched teams. So first of all, are they going to be able to get along to get through this match? And then after that, they become opponents. So they're teammates at the beginning of the night, and then later on tonight, they're going to be opponents for all the marbles, the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship.
Exactly. The stakes could not be higher in this match, and looking at these teams, very strange bedfellows. Vikram Prasher on one side with Michael Grayson and Brian White. Wouldn't find them teaming in any normal circumstance.
Absolutely not. Vikram Prasher and Michael Grayson, maybe the complete opposites. Grayson going for a hug on the way in, and well, Prasher wanted no part of that. And as we expected, Prasher trying to lead the team and do it all himself. London's hometown anti-hero, as the t-shirt says.
Absolutely. Prasher showing his team effort here right off the start. You're going to have to, I will be amazed if they can work together in this one.
There's also shoves between Ahmed and Chili Brown on the other side here, so.
Absolutely. That's Ahmed being on the other side of this ring creates a very interesting dynamic in this match. Ahmed being a hired gun of sorts for Vikram Prasher.
One half of KPK, you see his tag team partner Haroon on the outside here, not even part of the match, but he He looks like he's ready to compete.
Absolutely. Haroum in a probably very awkward position here. Who do you root for? Do you root for your tag partner in this match, or do you root for the man signing the checks in Vikram Prasher?
Crowd firing up for the always popular Chili Brown. Vikram Prasher doesn't want to hear it.
Absolutely.
As they lock up, and we are underway.
These men having a classic last time we were in the German club. Vikram Prasher getting the better of that matchup now. Do you think Chili Brown has a chip on his shoulder looking to get that win back in a huge way?
Absolutely. He did promise before this matchup that Vikram Prasher would come out hurting, so we're about to see.
Prasher trying to assert his dominance to no avail.
Trading headlocks, but Chili Brown, one of the fastest competitors in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, just so smooth in the ring.
Absolutely, like you said, Mark, blink and you will miss Chili Brown. Chili Brown with a leg scissors takeover. Trying to take the air out of Prasher. Prasher able to get out.
You know, he talked about smooth in the ring. Got 2 count already. We just about had it over very quickly there. That'd be revenge for Chili Brown.
Absolutely, being able to get that quick win.
Club to the back, slowing Brown down for the moment.
Prasher missing the clothesline, missing another Brown duck under.
Rolls him up. 1, 2 count, and he's out.
Prasher
and he's out of the ring even.
Prasher needing to regroup here. Much to the dismay of his own team, even.
Now you saw Prasher come in with that trophy, which is behind him. You can see it just in our view there, the Tyson Dukes Cup, which he won earlier on this year, and well, basically sleeps with it.
Absolutely. Shined up, polished up 24/7. Have to imagine it's a full-time job for somebody making sure that Tyson Dukes Cup is as shiny as it is.
Well, getting a little workout in outside the ring now. Prasher is here as Ahmed's begging for the tag. Now these two men, no love lost there, as Ahmed is in now against.
Going against
Look at this, his
Prasher.
friend and business partner, I guess you'd call them, Vikram Prasher.
Partner might be a bit of a stretch.
Business associate?
Associate seems fair. Now you have to imagine, maybe, just maybe, there's some sort of backwater deal between Prasher and Ahmed here. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Prasher might be looking to sneak an easy, quick win here.
You know, at the end of the day here, though, although they're both friends, the winning team, again, goes on in a triple threat later on tonight for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship.
That's very true.
So there only can be only one of these men are going to advance to that championship match.
And there you see it, a rock, paper, scissors competition there, taking Ahmed down.
Look at that. Ahmed cannot be trusted, as you're seeing Ethan Dukes and Chili Brown almost saw their championship opportunity slip away.
Absolutely. Vikram Prasher trying to sneak one in. Now going on the offensive on Chili Brown. Chili Brown tagging himself in, getting Ahmed out of the ring.
What an interesting dynamic here where you have to get along somehow, some way for the common goal of becoming champion later on tonight.
It's fascinating because usually Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship on the line, there is one thing on your mind, win. But that doesn't seem to be the case with Ahmed tonight.
Too much bad blood in this matchup. Scoop slam. Brown goes down hard in the middle of the ring. There's a 2 count.
Chili Brown feeling the effects of that, wondering where he is. Notice, though, Vikram Prasher still has not tagged any of his partners into this match.
Well, as he did say off the top, I'm going to do this myself in the only way Vikram Prasher knows how. So look at this.
That was
perfect opportunity for a tag here. He did get Brian White into the ring.
Quite possibly the most aggressive tag in I've ever seen from Vikram Prasher, or tag out.
You know, if they end up advancing, Brian White's not going to forget that later on.
Absolutely not.
We'll see, though. Chili Brown and Ahmed and Ethan Dukes have something else to say about that. They want to be the triple threat competitors for that championship.
Exactly. We haven't seen him in this match yet, but you have to imagine Ethan Dukes cannot wait to get in that ring, both to can carry on the Duke's legacy, winning that Hammerlock Pure Wrestling
Backslide
Championship.
pinfall, 2 count.
2 count, and trying to avenge his loss in the finals of the Tyson Dukes Cup against one Vikram Prasher.
Shot hit, drop kick there to the forehead. Chili Brown, 2 count again. He's been on the other side of too many 2 counts here.
Exactly, but if you're
Maybe needs to
Chili
get a
Brown,
tag.
if you're Chili Brown, do you need to get a tag though? I mean, you have Ethan Dukes, of course, but you have Ahmed in the same corner. Creates a very, very troubling position for Brown.
Now you can even see the stress on the face of Haroon outside, the other half of KPK here. He doesn't know what to do. Does he go with his tag team partner? Huge suplex.
Brian White knowing exactly what to do, and that is slamming Chili Brown on the mat.
The ring shaking and going for the pinfall again.
Brown barely able to kick out a 2 there.
An even longer 2. Oh, the fake out tag and Michael Grayson into the ring.
Tensions running high in that corner.
Maybe a little double team action here. These 2 out of anybody maybe seem to be the 2 that can work together best in this matchup.
No
for the
question
common
about
goal.
that.
The honorable one, Brian White, and now Michael Grayson, who's no stranger to tag team wrestling.
Absolutely not. Michael Grayson showing off his tag team speciality with Rodney Matthews, the other half of Books and Looks.
Might have a trip to the dentist on the way, though. Ethan Dukes in and absolutely destroying Michael Grayson. Huge back elbow.
Dukes in like a house on fire.
And Grayson just trying to survive at this point. Oh, huge clothesline, folded him in half. 1, 2, and Grayson just getting that arm up.
Just barely able to kick out of that one. You can see the motivation in Dukes' eye.
Huge scoop slam, and Grayson slips out, gets away from the big man. Big splash in the corner, and going for the snapmare there. Crossbody, center of the ring, 1, 2.
Only
2 once
for
again.
Grayson. Ethan Dukes, tag specialist himself these days, one half of Bricks and Bones, looking to get those Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Tag Champion.
Absolutely. Great point. Oh, huge.
Ethan
Drop
Dukes
to the outside. Ethan Dukes, absolutely. Oh! And a big boot to the face. Grayson is out. This has got to be it. 1. That doesn't even go for the pinfall. Goes for more punishment.
Just
Ahmed
wants
does.
to lay in the punishment on Michael Grayson. You can see the competitive side of Ahmed coming out here.
And you got to wonder his motives there once again.
Exactly.
Forearm to the side of the head of Grayson, and Grayson's had it in a bad way here. Ahmed and Ethan Dukes back to back.
Exactly. Almost looked like some teamwork, some actual teamwork coming out of the corner of Ahmed and Chili Brown there. Tagging Brown in, poetry in motion.
Get that back elbow into the corner. And somehow, no.
Oh my goodness.
Booting his tag team partner.
Just as soon as they work together, tensions boil back up.
And Brown in for the pinfall.
Ground.
2 count.
Chili Brown needs to keep his emotions in check here. You have to remember, folks, an opportunity in the main event. The Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship will be on the line.
Thank you very much for the help with that tag team move, and then boots his own partner and throws him to the outside.
See you later, Ahmed.
Hold up 2.
Brown taking Grayson over, only a 2 count there.
Now Ahmed back on the side now and not happy about things, I'd imagine. Ethan Dukes tagged in as the crowd barks. You know, he was barking in his little promo before the match here. He's
absolutely
a little kennel cough going on there or something.
All bark, all bite, Mad Dog, or Moondog Ethan Dukes.
Huge scoop slam. Down goes Grayson again, taking so much punishment here in this matchup. There's a 2 count.
Michael Grayson needs to tag one of his partners in. The question is it going to be the one he can work with or the one that not so much?
He's in a bad corner if he's looking for a tag right now, though. Gets the boot up.
Grayson able to
shot
fight out.
Each man, and somehow, no! Can he get there? No,
the
not
wall
quite.
That is Ethan Dukes saying, no, sir, you are where you belong.
Thrown right back into the corner,
now
right back into the danger zone.
In comes Ahmed. Looking to lay in the punishment on Michael Grayson.
Just imagine being Grayson right now. These 2 men coming after you, Ethan Dukes and Ahmed.
Pure power.
50 pounds of hair between them.
Michael Grayson's feet almost touching the ceiling there with that huge double suplex. Springboard
back
double.
elbow, double, takes down both big men, and this could be his opportunity. He really needs that tag right now.
This might be the turning point in the match. Both Vikram Prasher and Brian White hungry, desperate for the tag. Can Michael Grayson get to the corner?
Who's he going for?
Ahmed
huge insecurity. Down goes Ahmed and Brian White into the ring. Shoulder block. And a shoulder block for the Moondog. Shot to Ahmed now. Swinging neck breaker. Oh, can he get the big man up?
White using all of his strength, cannot get Ethan Dukes up.
Ethan Dukes stopped him right in his tracks, but he just ate a boot from his tag team partner, Ahmed.
A little miscommunication between Ahmed and Ethan Dukes. Now Brian White, like a house on fire, able to get Ahmed up.
And down center of the ring, 1, 2, no!
2.5 for Brian White.
And Vikram Prasher is irate on the side here. He thought that was a 3 count. He wanted to punch his ticket to the finals here.
The question is he mad at Brian White for only getting 2 or mad at Ahmed for kicking out?
These two. Oh, and all hell has broken loose between the tag team. I mean, Brian White and Michael Grayson seemed to be working well together, but Prasher took a header off the turnbuckle there, and 1, 2.
Chili Brown and Ethan Dukes both in to break up the cover. Things are breaking down here, folks, in this 6-man tag. Just shows
almost
to show.
Every man in the ring at the moment.
Absolutely.
Referee Seamus White has lost control here.
Seems like an insurmountable task to get the control back on pace here.
Where do you start? All these men.
It shows just how high the stakes are, folks. Main event, Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. You see, now Chili Brown
up top. Huge crossbody taking down every man in the ring.
Everyone is on the ground in a dog pile, a moondog pile.
Who will get to their feet first? Who's the legal man is the question.
That is a wonderful question. Whoever can capitalize, I imagine, at this point.
A mess for our referee to sort out here as these men figure out exactly where they are.
Everyone racing to get to their feet. Ahmed psyching himself up.
And everyone,
you can see each team finding their side of the ring. The battle lines have been drawn, and here we go.
A good old hockey fight here in London, Ontario.
Things are breaking down at the German club.
Shot for shot. Ethan Dukes with a huge slam on Brian White. Absolutely shook the ring, and Dukes taking out Ethan Dukes, his own partner.
That's twice now in this match.
Chili Brown
getting a huge spinning kick on Prasher.
Drop kick now from Michael Grayson, who stands tall for a moment. Able to get behind Ahmed.
Huge swinging neck breaker, taking Ahmed down in the middle of the ring. Grayson looking to go up. Can he finish this off? Everyone is down but Grayson.
Is this smart? Is it?
Oh! Ahmed, huge knee.
That connected in more ways than one here, and Ahmed now. He's got Grayson up top. Grayson fighting for his life here, trying to get out of this. It was his idea to get up there. There's only one way down.
And Michael Grayson looks to hit us.
This is it. 1, 2, 3.
Michael Grayson does it.
And the Punjabi prodigy, Vikram Prasher.
You heard it right there. Michael Grayson getting the pinfall here. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Punjabi prodigy Vikram Prasher and the Honorable One Brian White They were a mess all match long, really, but now they are going to be in the championship final tonight. Triple threat match for that Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Championship.
Teamwork was not high on either side, but Michael Grayson
Vikram Pressure's microphone not working, and he just slammed that into the chest of Hammerlock official Sean Bates. He's like, you know what, I'll get my talking done later on tonight.
Exactly, he'll see both of these men later tonight in the main event.
Unbelievable. I mean, I believe that's what Prasher was going for. He's like, you know what, if your microphone isn't going to work, then I'm going to show you exactly what's going down in that triple threat match later on tonight.
Exactly. We'll find out if actions can speak louder than words in our main event.
Double goal, possibly. He's got the Tyson Dukes Cup. Is he going to be walking? Does he have enough hands?
That's true.
Vikram Prasher.
And the real question is, can Vikram Prasher's ego handle all of that gold?
Well, hey, hang on, though. I mean, the honorable one, Brian White. You've got Michael Grayson, who got the pinfall here. Another pinfall from Michael Grayson. He's our Hammerlock Pure Wrestling champion. So we will see later on tonight. Remember, if you want to know anything about Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, hammerlockpurewrestling.com. You can find out when we're going to be in your area, get your tickets, join us live, be a part of the action.
That's hammerlockpurewrestling.com.
Okay, I am backstage at the Hammerlock event with Johnny DeLuca. Just about to go out to the ring here. How you feeling right now?
Well, Shane, it's always a good day when Mr. Electricity, Johnny DeLuca, can make his debut in a brand new place, a brand new town, London, Ontario, baby. Hammerlock, I'm excited. I'm coming to take it all.
And how do you feel like you're going against one of the top contenders in this organization?
For sure. Well, all I'm concerned about is how many DeLunatics I can make along the way, how many fans I can get behind me, behind my back. Honestly, it doesn't matter who's across from me from the ring there, who's in the other corner. It really doesn't matter because Mr. Electricity is coming to your town, baby.
All right, you heard it here first. Good luck.
Your next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, making his Hammerlock Wrestling debut from Hamilton, Ontario, weighing